Good evening all, how are we doing? Welcome, welcome. Happy, what day is it, Wednesday? Wednesday. So, Steel Dawn, oh yes, ready for this. Looking forward to jumping into this. Had a little tinker around with Fallout earlier, grabbed a bit of footage, and yeah, servers are running much better than they have been recently, so that's very, very cool. Looking forward to it. So, first things first, massive thank you for the repeat membership there, Kate. Much appreciated. How we doing? Good evening, Steve. Evening, Gray. Evening, Cade. Evening, Stella. Evening, Dogson. How we doing? I'm never going to catch up with all that, am I? So, hope you're having fun anyway. I'm going to get on with this because I'm running late anyway. Because, yeah. Too busy concentrating on other stuff this evening. Not watching the clock enough. Sure. We'll get this fired up and going. Still downloaded, Stella. Crikey. Chuck 30 quid at Crusader Kings and wait until after Christmas. Depends what you want to play it on, Steve. There's a Steam sale running at the minute. Reminds me, actually. Quickly reply to a message. Excuse me? That's not supposed to be a thing. What the bloody hell's going on here? Hopefully this will still work. See how it goes. For some reason my speakers are still switched on instead of my headphones. At least as far as the game sound was concerned. Which won't do. Better. Turn everything down again, I have. Right. Alright, done. Should have done that about an hour ago, but anyway. Right, let's get some volume back. See if I press this button. Yes, wonderful. Right then. Rock and roll time. How are we doing, PC? You alright? Struggling with armor breaking there. So I noticed that in my brief stint earlier, but I didn't do a great deal of fighting, so. Yeah, you just scratched the surface, Darkson. Yeah, well, it was 4 AM when it went live over here, and I had just as I finished the video, so it was like, yeah, I am not doing that, I am going to bed. It was crazy late when I finally got up as well today. That was not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Rock and roll. You were looking at it on Steam. Fair enough, Steve. Yeah, I noticed, well, I got reminded there was a sale, and there's a couple of things I've got my eye on that I've stuck on the wish list to see if they appear for early Christmas presents or not. No, I'll be able to play them before Christmas now I mention it, so we'll see. Alright. Log in. Let's go. Welcome to the neighborhood. Hell yes. Visit the new Brotherhood headquarters. Simple, to the point, direct. I like it. So, see where we're up to and what's going on after our abrupt end yesterday. Carry weight could do dragging down a little bit. There's a few things to get rid of there. What my stash looks like. There's a couple of things that might go in. Actually, I'll just chuck them in the stash. I haven't even set up the vending yet. Where's the rest of the gate? That's not meant to happen. Where's the gate? I stored it. Should be here somewhere. There it is. Still looking ridiculously busted. Defences, isn't it? Gotta put that back. That's going to drive me nuts otherwise. Even though I just jump over the thing. Where are you? There's the fence. Where's the gate? Yeah, it's wigged out for some reason with the patch. They both have. Right, okay, wonderful. Off to a roaring start there, as per. No, move. You're not floating, you're just fine. Now go where I want you. I think this is not actually going to work. Okay, screw it. We'll do without for now. Right, so how am I doing for food? Adequately. 5 corn. Only 1 dirty water. I haven't got any of that, so let's make a quick run down to the creek. Shouldn't be too far away. Grab a bit more, and then we'll be good to go. Yeah, real update without a few bugs. Yeah, that sounds about right. To be fair, it's the first one I've seen today, so that's alright. Yeah, that should do it. Be lazy. Almost every video. Yep, true enough, Darkson. How we doing, Rob? You alright? Where are we? Oh, there we are. Hey, over we go. Got a little bit anyway. Stocked up on food. All ready and dressed for the occasion. Nice. So, how's the ammo supply looking? Pretty manageable, I think, at the moment. I haven't set that up. Do I have a stash box over here? I should do. Yeah, these are all stash boxes, aren't they? Get rid of all that. Right. Can go, can go, that can go, and that can go. No, it can't. Oh well. I'll flog that in a minute. Go now. A few things to sell here, I think. A few things to dump. think. Apparently that weighs too much. A couple of bits of ditch there, I think. Yeah. Nice. So, there were some things to sell there. Stuff to drop here. And there we go. Really need that many fusion cores. Can I get rid of a few of them into the stash? A couple of them anyway. Frees up a bit of weight. Cool. So, we should be about ready to roll. So we can listen to the Brotherhood message first and foremost. Welcome, Brotherhood of Steel, welcome broadcast. Haven't been 5 minutes, yeah. Well, for several hours if you consider my playing this afternoon, so slightly better. You just finish it. Didn't take you long, Rob. You didn't have to go look at the train station to start the quest. It doesn't surprise me much, but we may do that. Wipe yourself up for shelters more than you should have. Having had a bit of a play with them, I'm not that bothered, but...
Attention, people of Appalachia. This is Paladin Romani of the Brotherhood of Steel, broadcasting from Fort Atlas. You are no longer facing the wasteland alone. The Brotherhood has returned. Our mission is to help you lead a better, safer life, free from the dangers left behind in the wake of the Great War. If you require aid, or if you wish to join us in our mission, find us at Fort Atlas. A new dawn is here for Appalachia. Join us in building the future. Romani out.
And there we go. A little invitation. So we'll head to Fort Atlas. Over 8 hours in total. Fair enough. Sounds about right for part 1. So it is available on the map. I should be able to fast travel straight to it, despite what the patch notes may have claimed. Right, let's detour via Pleasant Valley on the way, seeing as I need to get rid of some stuff. Storage shed for junk. Yeah, it has its uses, and once more of them come out, I think they'll be a bit more interesting. And I might have a crack at doing a build or two down there. We'll see how I feel, but to be honest, for creating new and interesting things, I think the regular camp system appeals to me far more. I don't remember this being quite so trashed.
Hard day of killing and
Right.
looting. Don't want to haul it back yourself. Sell it here.
Vast amount to get rid of. Buff out. Couple of those.
You looking at me? How about you stop looking and start buying?
That should do it. Cool, let's get rid of some bits. What have we got back here? Oh, armor bench, typical. There was a camp over here. I might take advantage of that soon as right here. Whee! Well, most of a camp anyway.
Eureka! I hit solid
Couple of bits missing.
gold.
Although I gather some people had issues with that lately, so what I wanted to borrow. Let's get that out. Let's get chemist in there. Let's have class freak out. Get super duper in. Somebody else, if the servers were better on tier still on stream and the game crashed a minute later. That's just jinxing it. It'd be better all day for me. Frame rates are back to where they usually are. I was going to say should be, but it's...
Sometimes I think
don't have the plan for that.
Pile of smoldering debris.
That's annoying.
And I met someone, a stranger.
I don't know if I can get the plan from here. Probably not, but give it a go.
Caps
Won't be
available
one I
in
know,
exchange
will it?
for pillaged loot. Pillaged loot. Available in exchange for caps.
It's not looking promising. Nope. Oh well. Thought I had the plan for Psychobuff, but I don't, apparently. Not on this character, anyway. Kinda handy on occasion for daily ops, so... Oh, good. Home defense still on, don't want that. Gunsmith on. Okay, rock and rollin'. Seeing as my little detour there didn't quite go according to plan. Let's do this. Biggest stash limit inside shelters. Sounds theoretically possible. Ah, they've changed the fast travel point. It used to be down the bottom of the road down there. So, Forging Trust has started.
The old world has so much to teach us.
Maybe the frame's not so great around here. That's slightly annoying. Forging Trust, speak to Russell Dorsey. Brotherhood of Steel has returned to Appalachia and taken over the old this observatory. For making introductions, let's just start with the young man who's keeping watch at the entrance of the compound. Guess that's where we start. Hello again, Russell.
Hello, Russell Dorsey, Brotherhood Initiate. Welcome to Fort Atlas.
Slightly pink nose, huh? I'd like to speak to somebody in charge. I'd like to know more about the Brotherhood, Fort Atlas, what's going on here, what's your story? Just looking around. We've done all this before, so I'm not surprised it's refreshed with the change, but why not? Fort Atlas.
Formerly the Atlas Observatory, now headquarters for the Brotherhood of Steel.
Tell me about the
Of
Brotherhood.
course. What you want to know?
Tell me about them.
The Brotherhood of Steel is a... well, I guess you'd call it a military organization. Founded originally out in California around...
Any crash ones today?
We're dedicated to rebuilding society and preserving old technology.
Sounds about right,
Keeping
Steve.
the mistakes of the past from being repeated, you know? One of the members from California could tell you more, I'm sure.
Never had any issues. It's just funny every time they say I have fewer issues and it ends up crashing straight after. Yeah. Yeah, that's always a bonus, Gray. So... said something about the ones from California. So how many are here?
Pretty sure that's strategic information I'm not supposed to just give out to anybody that asks.
Probably sensible. What's it like being an initiate?
It's an honor. I know that sounds like some recruiting poster nonsense, but really, it
I
is.
suppose you know him during the event as well, so I'm not sure why it's
part of something meaningful.
giving me those
Building
same
a
ones.
better world alongside other people.
maybe I did
who've
it on a different
committed their
character.
Lives to that cause. Sure, sometimes it means doing guard shifts in the rain, but hey, small price to pay for real purpose, right?
So let's go
What do
something
you
else. What's going on here?
This is Fort Atlas, new headquarters of the Brotherhood of Steel in Appalachia. The Brotherhood's in the process of getting everything in order here, but already people from all over Appalachia are turning up. Some
What a
need
surprise.
help, some want to join, but it seems like everybody's curious what comes next. I just say what Paladin Romani says. We're here to help.
That's a good attitude to start off with. We'll see where it goes from there. Pretty sure I've done
Me?
this one.
Oh, I'm just a guy who wanted to be a part of something special. A place to do something that really mattered. I picked up the messages the Brotherhood were broadcasting on the way here.
It's an updated
And
version.
I came out ahead to help set up the place, hoping they'd let me join. They liked my initiative, and now I'm an initiate. Nice bit of symmetry, I thought.
I could see where he's coming from there. Let's speak to somebody in charge.
Looking to sign up? Or just curious? Well, either way, I guess it's not me you want to talk to. Most of the fort's off limits to civilians, but if you're interested, Knight Shin's in charge of the new recruits. He's very serious about protocol and security, so you'll have to speak to him first if you want to get anywhere.
Okay, so we have to find this Knight Shin then, do we? Killing ghouls for a roof over your head. Somebody seems to be a bit stuck there. Or distracted. I must have done it on a different character then. I thought I'd done it on this one too. That's cool. This is all new stuff, the flooring. Don't recall this from the PTS either. I may have just not noticed, but I think it's new.
Don't worry about the bots. They're working for me.
So, where is Knight Shin? Inside. What a surprise.
Puts up half the fight they say they will, then I want to be a part of it.
I've heard hopefuls. It was just initiates wandering around when I was here last time, so that's cool. On the PTS. Upgrades down there. Still got a stash box down there? Yeah, nice. Hoping it's going to be instants in here, but we'll see. Oh well, it's not so bad if we're getting different dialogue this time around anyway. At least you can see what the other side of it looks like. We go. I don't see the other player running around, so I guess it must be.
To attend to. The outer perimeter is still unsecured, the provisions aren't properly stowed, and we're awash in hopefuls. I have no time to be babysitting civilians.
Your duties are what I say they are, Knight. Your objections are noted, but this is a direct order from your commanding officer. Help us put on a good face for the local people. We've just moved into their backyard. They're nervous. Show them we mean no harm.
If you insist, Paladin. If there's nothing further, I'll have the completed report on your desk shortly.
I expect nothing less from you. As you were, Shin.
Paladin.
He's not above throwing a weight around a bit. Dr. Blackburn, huh? Ooh, big loud door.
Places like a tomb.
John Hockman, who are you?
Not now. Not until these Brotherhood jerks listen to me. Not now.
Oh, well, he doesn't sound very happy.
Not until these Brotherhood jerks listen to me.
Looks like we can go downstairs.
Did you wish to speak with me?
I don't know, you seem a bit creepy actually, buddy. Sound a little bit like you're going to turn out to be a serial killer. Not going anywhere.
You looking at
Tally
something?
Lang. Oh,
Military-grade
yeesh.
hardware, more common amongst the ones from California.
He sounds a little bit, like he's up to something.
What is it now?
But here,
No
Art
kind of
Nap.
life wrapped up in metal.
No kind of life wrapped up in metal. What are you doing at the Brotherhood's HQ then? This could be interesting. Let's talk to Shin and see how it goes. That Shin's a definition of you're not wrong, you're just an asshole.
Stay on your
Except you're
toes.
also wrong. Sounds about
Wasteland
right.
is merciless.
Appalachia's future will be decided.
It's actually a black beret, isn't it? I thought she might have had a green one on from it. It was just my Pip-Boy light. Suppose she's not standing here, peering through the
I'm
entrance.
not a receptionist, civilian. I have actual work to do.
Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, buddy. You've just been made a receptionist.
Reserved pie with every dinner declined. And this
The
ration
settlers wanna
request doesn't
rebuild,
even have a name
but
on
they're
it.
only looking to the future. We need to understand the past as well, or we'll make the same mistakes going forward. We're here to
There's
protect
some
the
sense in
people.
that. You can stop talking now, though, Initiate, because I want to talk to him.
Severe healthy, if underfed.
If you're here with a request for the Brotherhood, get in line. I don't have time for you right now.
Charming as ever. Russell Dorsey sent me to you. We have been introduced. We're fighting with that other officer. Actually, initiate myself, you know, sir. Try and bullshit him. I don't think he's going to fall for that. Russell Dorsey sent me, I think.
Giddy. Initiate Dorsey is supposed to be manning his post at the entrance, not acting as my secretary.
Thought I'd be able to help out. What the Brotherhood are doing here? What would it mean to join the Brotherhood? You recruiting your initiates? You seem pretty tightly wound. Do you ever unclench? He doesn't seem like the sort of guy who unclenches, to be honest. Terrified of skid marks, probably. What are you doing here?
The specifics of our mission are not for discussion with civilians. We're here under orders from Elder Maxon. Stay out of our way, and we won't have any problems.
Yeah. He seems to be a bit more of the dickhead side of the order. As opposed to the proper side, which is not. Dorsey thought I might be able to help out.
Initiate Dorsey is too trusting, but I can't fault his commitment. Perhaps he sees something in you worth our interest. Are you another aspirant to our order?
Well, at least he's not a complete idiot. And the wasteland smells terrible regardless. Like your soap, toothpaste, and body odor is inexcusable. Yeah, pretty much. Named out exactly where everyone wants to kick him. Yeah, that sounds about right. What time waiting to make him stand outside? Yeah, it's it does suck a bit for him. You never know, he might get to move eventually.
Fortifications appear adequate.
So I want to join the Brotherhood. Maybe. What would it mean to join? If you're an example of the Brotherhood, maybe not. Need to think about this. I had other questions. What would it mean to join?
If we accept you as an initiate, and that is far from certain, you would be pledging yourself to our order and our cause. Our order exists to locate, secure, and protect dangerous technologies. Humanity cannot be trusted with the means to destroy itself. We will not allow another apocalypse.
Bit late for worrying about it, isn't it? I need to think about this. I have some other questions.
Make it quick.
Git. You're pretty tightly wound. Do you ever unclench?
I am not known by my initiates for tolerating foolishness, outsider. Persist in that tone, and you will learn how much less I tolerate from civilians.
Bring it. Bring it, matey. Got a large gun you can answer to. Are you recruiting?
That is within the scope of Paladin Romani's directives. It takes more than just asking, of course. You would
Just to say he doesn't approve.
If you are sincere about wishing to join our ranks, you would have to earn the approval of the officers here, including me. Is that why you're here? Another hopeful dreaming of service to the Brotherhood?
Well, large organisation wants to generally help out, even if he's a bit of a knob. Yeah, I'm generally in favour, I think. Don't think I would want to go with that even if I had the charisma for it. I want to join.
Wanting isn't enough. And not everyone who shows up looking to join our order is worthy of becoming an initiate. Normally, I'd stick you with the other hopefuls until we decide whether you're worthy. But, if you're serious about joining us, you've got good timing. There's something you could do for me that would help the order and demonstrate your qualities as a
Naturally.
candidate.
It involves shooting something.
We've had a number
Probably
of
something
civilians
green.
show up here at Fort Atlas, asking for one thing or another from the Brotherhood. People are
Offered to
afraid,
help.
or want something, or looking to involve us in local squabbles. Civilian outreach is not my specialty. There's
Oh,
too much
shit.
left to do to secure this facility. If you're really interested in helping, save my time. Interview the petitioners, find out what they want,
Oh,
and
that's
report back to
different.
me.
Is there another member of the Brotherhood I could speak to
No.
who's not a
The
git?
chain that binds dictates a strict hierarchy of command. And, as the only knight present, the initiates are directly under me. Unless I say so, your contact with the Brotherhood stops here.
What's in it for me? I think we've already answered that question.
Do this right. Don't make me regret giving you the opportunity. Conduct yourself properly, and we can consider putting you forward as an initiate candidate.
So, we want to interview the people around, find out what they want from the Brotherhood.
The only reason you should be back here is if you're ready to give your report.
I haven't left yet, Dick.
Learning.
Kind of wish I had a shovel on the back end of my handmade rifle, just so I could whack him with it. Running in place is a thing now. Haven't seen that one yet.
Someone return
Didn't enjoy the talking. Seems like a strange thing from an RPG player, but fair enough. So we'll start with Xion Hockman, since he's grumpy, and we'll see what he wants. Yeah, that's kind of true, actually. Where is my large
Everything
gun?
makes sense now. This is my place, my mission.
It did seem to come more or less either out of my backside or out of that very small pouch on my hip, one or the other. Apparently it's down my trousers. Keeping a large weapon in my trousers, apparently. Oh dear. Right, moving swiftly on.
You better have something useful to say to me.
Jesus, everybody on this floor seems to be a charmer today. And we've got a ghost as well. No, she didn't ask me to talk to you. Who are you? Don't even know you. What did I do? I'm not part of the Brotherhood. Don't take this on me. Not dealing with this right now. Night Shin asked me to talk to you.
Oh, can't even come to me himself? What, he needs to requisition some more armor polish? All right.
Sounds about right.
Keep it cool, Sean. So, what's he got to say to me?
Tell me a bit more about yourself.
I'm a scavenger mainly. Always been pretty good with a set of tools, so I do all right for myself, scrapping and fixing things. I trade
Nice.
what I find or fix with the folks at Foundation when I need something I can't get otherwise. Mostly, I like to be left alone.
Something must have gone belly up if you see it then.
The problem is that a couple of these Brotherhood clowns showed up and took a bunch of my stuff at gunpoint. Now,
Interesting.
I'm a peaceful man. I really am. I sure wasn't equipped to deal with armed thugs requisitioning the little I've managed to put together for myself. Never understood the Raiders. I like the quiet life. I don't need much, and I need trouble less. But after this, I get it.
So
I
they're
came
at it
here
again
to
then.
give the Brotherhood a chance to make things right. Else maybe I go to Crater and start doing things their way. At least they don't pretend to be the good guys.
There's a conversation to be had there then. I'll let Night Shin. I'll tell him what you told me.
Hey,
Guess he's not that serious about joining the Raiders then.
I just needed someone to listen and take me seriously. I hope you can convince them.
How are you doing, Jefferson? They just gave you awards, Stella?
The elders have so much to teach us. I hope I'll get to meet them in person. Someday.
Wonder if this will be enough to see those raiders gone.
That sounds like rather a crock, to be honest, bro. Sound like a good day.
Order?
Same reaction from the way I'm dressed. Be interesting to see how that goes. I looked at a bit further. You've heard that guy's voice before somewhere. It is vaguely familiar. Not surprising. Voice actors do tend to come back and do multiple roles for same companies if they do a good job. So I need to talk to everybody before I go back to Shin. Make it hard to remember what's going on, but okay.
Cut ourselves free from America to rebuild America. Take the old and forge it anew.
Yes, Initiate, you're a bit zealous, aren't you? So, Art Knapp, who does not look like a happy chap.
Chain that binds.
I should be getting back to work, so get at it if you gotta. Well, now
There
look
we
at
go.
you. You with these Steel brother fellas? I've been waiting a good spell to talk to them.
Sort of. Night Shin asked me to speak to you. What is it you do? You've been waiting long. Been waiting long?
Longer than I'd prefer. These Steel types ain't half disorganized right now, it looks like. Heard the news about these fellas and reckoned I'd better go see 'em. Ain't the only one neither.
How we doing, Matt? You alright? Well, I'll let you explain that one then, Stella. I missed half what he said there. The only one. Okay. What do you do?
Fine, such as it is. Got a patch ain't barely more than scarlet. But it's mine, and I manage.
Okay, what you need then?
Well, it's about time. I'd like to die of old age waiting on him. Name's Artnap. So, what's this knight fella sent you for?
Asked to find out what you wanted for the Brotherhood.
A fair trade's what I want. I've heard stories about these steel types back in the day. They was going around taking things from folks. For the cause, they said. Yeah, like that don't make them raiders too. Well, I ain't got much, and I already got to worry about raiders. So, I reckon it's better to make a deal up front. My farm don't produce much, but I got some extra, and I expect they'll have a use for it. In return,
That integrity did have a bit of a rep towards the end for that.
steel boys and girls to keep raiders away from my farm. Heard a lot of noise they was on our side. So, seems fair.
Sounds a bit more like a pirate than a farmer, but I'll take them your offer. Any other
But I'm
questions?
not going anywhere just yet. Shoot.
Wait, more about
Ain't much
yourself.
to tell. Been a farmer one way or another.
Yeah, good,
All
thanks,
my
Matt.
life. My daddy before me, and so on. Set up in these parts after I heard it was safe again. Turned out, there's plenty of raiders fixing to take what ain't nailed down. Ain't much use bellyaching about it.
But the
neither am
wasteland
I
too.
just gonna roll over and let some bullies take what's mine.
I like his attitude. Yeah, I'll definitely run through it with other characters afterwards, no doubt. You like Art, okay? Yeah, he seems alright. Isn't your farm in danger with your way?
Got seed in the ground right now. I ain't yet seen a raider willing to scrabble in the soil for seeds, so I reckon it'll get by till I'm back.
Makes sense. No, don't just burn the place down. Wouldn't turning your crops over be just as bad as them being taken? Not really, because at least you get some control over how much gets taken.
Before they bombed
And you get something in
daylight
return.
out of everything. Folks used to pay taxes in exchange for the government doing what it was supposed to do. Raiders will just take everything. This is a trade. Fair is fair, and a deal's a deal. I ain't care for people poking
Well, he
their
said.
noses into my business, but if a bushel or two to these Brotherhood keeps the raiders away, I can live with it.
You feed them and they put their lives on the line. Admittedly, not so much with the power armor on their side, but you know,
Could be.
like a reasonable deal.
Fortifications
Got the open neon sign from Daily Ops. No, there's a whole stack of new stuff gone into the Daily Ops code. That one, there's another neon sign, there's all the new gear, well, I think most of the new gear from the Brotherhood's gone in there. There's a whole load of other stuff as well. Saw a list on Twitter today, I think it was somewhere anyway. Okay. Like I'm dehydrating faster than I used to. Well, yeah, okay, let's talk to her.
Bunch of stiffs around.
She
Hey!
looks like an ex-raider.
Yeah, you. Who do I need to talk to around here? You know, about the guns? You don't
She
look
looks a
like
lot
one
like
of
a
these
raider.
Brotherhood yahoos. Name's Tally Lane. What's your deal?
Guns, you seem a little anxious, not sure I have time for this. Wait, who are you? I shouldn't let me speak with you. Wait, who are you?
I just told you, dummy. Tally Lane. Just another chick trying to make it in the wasteland.
Sounding
you
more and
know?
more strung out by the second.
Shin? He the scary guy with the stick up his butt?
That's him.
Alright, shoot.
I didn't interrogate you, right? What's your story?
Oh, I'm just a poor country girl, you know? Parents died ages ago, so it's just me and a few friends trying to make our way in the world. It's pretty scary out there. Just a bunch of orphans helping each other out. We're practically just kids. Had to grow up on our own. We'd sure feel a lot safer with some of those high-tech guns these Brotherhood have to scare off all the maniacs out there.
I'm sure you would. You're not a raider, are you, by any chance?
What? Me? A raider? No.
Over there, Hyper.
Me? Don't be silly.
Yeah. But as convincing as... Yeah, I don't know. I can't even think of anything less convincing than a...
Yeah, that's right. Big shiny guns. Now, all the talk in the area is about these Brotherhood folks with their high-tech toys, and I thought, Tally, you gotta get some of that. For self-defense, of course. Just so me and some of my poor, innocent friends can protect ourselves from all the nasty folks out there.
Radiation levels.
I'll talk tonight, Xion.
Hey, I get it. The promises backfire all the time. Well, go get him, Tiger.
Yeah, she sounds like the least drug-addled one of the group.
I hope.
And that's why she got sent to go and get the guns off them. Where's the doctor who sounds like a spy? There he is.
Efficiency of Brotherhood response to visitors is lacking.
Either that or he's a synth being controlled by motors.
Yes. Something I can help you with? I am waiting to speak with a Brotherhood representative. I have no interest in small talk with strangers.
Reminds me of a character from Fallout 3, but I don't know who. That's just my brain's going straight to Fallout 3 when I'm looking at his face. No need to be rude. I was going to speak to Night Xion for you, but if you want to be like that. Yeah, let's go with that.
Perhaps I spoke too hastily. I
Yeah,
be
perhaps
rather
you did.
unthinkingly brusque. Dr. Edgar Blackburn, at your service. Are you working with this Night Xion? What has he said to you?
Tell me more about yourself.
I am sure you have more interesting things to do than listen to a poorly socialized wasteland doctor talk about himself. In short, I trained in multiple specialties before the war, and had a brief career as a research scientist prior to the bombs dropping. Finding myself fortunate enough to survive, I have continued my research, such as it is.
Interesting.
Now I focus on the health of the people of Appalachia. Please do not ask me to examine any strange growths. I am not that kind of doctor.
Another medical doctor, then. Did you want from the
I
Brotherhood?
heard that the Brotherhood possessed advanced technology. As a doctor and a scientist, this was of great interest. My research is always in need of equipment and materials rather difficult to obtain by scavenging and bartering. I came to see if an arrangement could be made, but from what I can see of their operations, they are as yet still in too much disarray.
Dude,
Given
they've
the
not
state
been
of
here
my
24
fellow
hours yet.
supplicants, I would hypothesize that their needs likely outweigh my own.
If he were to join up, he might be able to make himself useful, given his skills. He'd make a good scribe. Pass it on. No, I'll mention it in my report.
Very
It sounds a
well.
bit more official.
What did you wish to know?
Probably go over well with him. Tell me about your research.
It would be difficult to express it in layman's terms. No offense intended. In
Not as
essence,
smart as you think you are,
I have
then.
been studying the illnesses of Appalachia. For too long, people have relied on folk remedies and makeshift medicines. The long-term effects of this environment are concerning. Just because the radiation is survivable does not mean it is safe.
I don't think anybody assumes it's safe, and survivable is about all people can get out of the wasteland, really, at the moment. You working with Foundation?
Their hygiene standards are better than the lot at Crater. No, I prefer to work in solitude. One day, perhaps, my research will be of benefit to them. And
He
all
does
the
a bit,
other
Cade. Yeah,
people
there's
of
definitely a
Appalachia.
vampire vibe about him. I'm getting strong synth vibes of him. Synth here, Raider there. The others are probably straight up.
Very well, then. Perhaps we can be of assistance to one another, should our paths cross again.
I'm not a raider, but I want really big guns, yeah.
You looking at something?
Yeah, that sounds about right, Gray.
What the heck does Ad Victoriam even mean?
Ah, my little raider, much you still have to learn.
Greetings, civilian.
Filling your ass.
Raiders causing trouble again. We'll have to do something about them.
I recommend starting with the one downstairs.
Finish the task I gave you.
Yep.
Good. Let's get this done. I have the list from their arrival.
Changed ankles, now he's lost weight.
High-level overview.
Those Blackbound's looking for supplies for his research.
The Brotherhood is not a charity, and our mission does not cover providing civilians with equipment to pursue their personal interests. Unless the Doctor intends to provide that research to the Brotherhood exclusively, and under our supervision, he will get nothing.
So if he wants to help, he has to join up and...
Old world science solved a lot of problems.
yeah, you'd have to join up and do it within the Brotherhood, not alongside them. Although, being a bit more open to outside allies is generally a good idea. Generally. He said other people seem to need you more. He's light on details anyway. Be good for everyone if you helped him. Yeah, he said other people need you more.
That shows commendable discipline. Scribe Valdez may have interest if he returns, but if so, he is her problem. That appears to resolve the matter on our end. Next report.
Let's start with Tally, because this is going to be funny.
No. We are not arms dealers.
She and her friends could use the protection. You shouldn't. She seemed pretty squirrely to me. I think she may be a raider.
There was never any circumstance in which I would authorize weapons to that woman. But your vigilance is noted.
Good.
Moving on.
If he's respecting that. Art Nat wants to trade. Crops for protection from raiders.
We are not mercenaries here to serve as guards for anyone with some goods to trade in payment.
You said you were here to help.
Trained us well.
Shouldn't you help him regardless? Sounds like a fair deal to me. Should help him regardless, really, but they're also short on numbers, so fair deal I think is probably more reasonable.
That's irrelevant. The Brotherhood cannot simply be hired out to every farmer and homesteader. We have our own concerns. Enough about
like
that.
eating.
What's next?
He's a miserable bastard, isn't he? Does it really matter? You can be bothered to talk to these people. John Hockman was robbed by... I think this guy should get a little bit of an answer.
Impossible. Whatever happened, it was not us.
Really? Anyway, find the people who did. He didn't do it, it's no problem. Master says he believes it, you should help him out.
That sounds like something Paladin Romani would say. But what he believes is of no concern of ours.
Can I slap this guy yet?
This man. We are not involved, and it should remain that way. That's everything.
Dickheads like this that turn them into crazy sellouts.
You have shown that you can take orders and make yourself useful for the Brotherhood. You need to lose those soft civilian instincts, but I will make note of your assistance in my report to Paladin Romani. Should you wish to join our ranks, I will not oppose your enlistment. I grant you permission, provisionally, to enter the compound proper. Go to our scribe Valdez. You will need her support as well if you want Paladin Romani's attention.
Okay, so we're going to impress Scribe Valdez in a minute. You really not going to help
anyone?
anyone?
What I'm going to do is make the recommendations I see fit in my report to Paladin Romani. As the commanding officer, the final decisions will be hers. And your
At least she's not nuts.
Ends here.
Doesn't seem to be nuts anyway.
Be vigilant,
do that.
outsider.
Not his nightly shins I want to kick him in, but on the other hand, he's got no metal on his nightly shins, and he's got someone what he needs
Unless you're
kicking.
done, get to it.
Yeah, I thought he was already dead. Certainly got no soul left in him anyway.
Disorder is to be expected in a place that lacked Brotherhood oversight for so long. Still,
Never get to actually slap him. Boilers though, bro. Nice.
Never forget the heroes of
Kick
40.
him in his nightly ass, I think. People treks across the country, they have a little... Yeah, with a... Ooh, nice. Brotherhood Roundtable, cool. Little concern for public affairs. Yeah, you'd think they'd want to make a bit more of a better impression on the locals, seeing as there's a lot more locals than there are of them. Explore Atlas Observatory with Scribe Valdez. Nice. So, there we go. The epic interior of Fort Atlas.
Ultrasite country. Who knows what strange contraptions the old mining firms built here.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like the sort of thing they'd be interested in, but I guess we're going to find something a bit more interest. If you had a hard day, you'll have a harder one by the time I'm done with it.
Scorched, the Raiders.
This is a bit grubby. Do love the telescope though, that is so cool. Right then, Valdez, hopefully you're a bit more sociable than your miserable compatriot.
Hello, civilian. I don't mean to be rude, but what exactly are you doing up here?
Well, it's politer than Xion was. I helped out that Xion guy. He said to talk to you about getting in on this Brotherhood action. Want to join up? Xion said you may need some help.
Oh, a prospective initiate. The night Xion sent you. And I guess we're both in luck. Paladin Romani makes the call on new recruits, but the Knight and I have some influence. It just so happens I'm in need of someone to help me out on a little mission. If you're interested, I can bring you along and put you to work. Do a good job, and I'll send a recommendation your way. How about it?
What do you need? Not even drinking and everything sounds filthy. It kind of writes itself, to be honest, huh? Yeah, I've seen their round table. Actually, I saw somebody's camp with it today. Yeah, it looks reasonably cool. Should go well with some of the new stuff. I'm sure he does have his reasons. Unfortunately, he is the first step on the path to the isolation is xenophobia, and there's no excuse for it. Definitely an excuse for introducing leather to his back end, though. What's this mission exactly?
Our new base is littered with old technology, but there's something in particular I want to investigate. It's down in the bowels of this place, a part of Atlas that we've cornered off. I'm not keen on going alone, so I'd like some backup.
Do you want something? So there's something down in the basement, and she wants to investigate it, but the problem is there's also something else down in the basement, and that thing probably bites. So, yeah. Okay, I've got guns. Let's go do this.
Any questions before we start?
What's the mad bitey thing down in the basement?
All right. Fire away.
This normal for a start?
Ideally, yes, actually. In practice, not at all. We're supposed to be the lore keepers, preserving old technology for the betterment of today. Instead, I spend all my time soldering wires on busted comms equipment or tightening screws on tracking scanners. This investigation will be a breath of fresh air. It's what being a scribe should be about.
Well, they do need to get up and running, so... If she's got the technical know-how, it's not really surprising she's been asked to pitch in. And seeing as she directly benefits from their getting up and running, you think she'd be a little bit more reasonable about it.
I'm never gonna make a name for myself holding down the fort. When do I get to go out and prove my worth?
You weren't a fan, Neighbourhood. Fair enough. Yeah, you do have to craft a new one. Well, saying that, you probably have to. They said you have to rediscover Fort Atlas as well, and I didn't have to do that, so we'll see. What I don't get about them, though, is why on earth would I... If you're playing third person, yeah, backpack flow is fine, but to a first person player, you're never going to see it. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd choice, that. Other games that do similar sorts of things put them on your weapons, so you'll see the charm hanging off your gun when you're running around with it. That way, at least everybody can see it. You didn't like repairing things all day? I thought everyone did. Calm down, Anakin. Don't sound thrilled about that.
Can I do it? Yes. But it's not my life's calling. Believe it or not, I didn't choose to be a scribe. I was born into it. My parents chose this life for me. I've gotten used to it, but it isn't mine. Xion would throw a fit if he heard just how unprofessional I was now. We should get back to business. Sorry. Business only.
See if we can get her to open up. Why not bring one of the initiatives? Let's look at those logs you were talking about. She didn't talk about any logs. Why not bring one of the initiatives?
Normally I would, but today you came along. We have a lot of capable initiatives,
Makes sense.
But we could always use more. Handle yourself well.
I like her logic.
And I'll be happy to vouch for you.
Yeah, the slots will show up on the backpack. You just won't actually be able to use them, supposedly. But, it's like, even if they do work, it's behind you. They're kept behind the cameras. Nobody's going to see it. Unless you play in third person, in which case, why? She didn't say anything about logs. I swear blind she said nothing about logs. Go back to discussing the mission. Okay.
Not as a civilian. However, if Paladin Romani lets you join our ranks, then I might reconsider. Especially if you're a big help on this mission. Sure. Ready to go?
Yeah, okay.
Great. Unfortunately, I need to finish up a few things here. Head downstairs and I'll meet you in a bit.
I don't know which needs to finish off up there. Over that way. Yeah, I can believe you will make it stronger. Oh, there's an initiate. With an epic military mustache, I approve. Enter the substructure.
Weapons. What were their names again? Started with an M. Invincible.
Well, this is a gem. Yeah, I'm liking it so far. It's more agreeable than Xion was. See if we crack the ice on Xion, maybe. You never know. Ah, she's made it. That was quick. Find the kids in Fort Atlas as a miscellaneous thing. Did see a few around. Some going down. She's not. Oh, there she is.
Good, you're here. So, how do you feel about reading comprehension? I was hoping to start out by sweeping the area for documentation left behind from before the war.
Enough. Reading schematics good first step, yeah. Reading's easy. I'm an expert on terminals especially. Reading paperwork, yuck. Yep.
Are you trying to get on my good side? Because that's how you get on my good side. But enough.
Well, the nicest. Yeah.
I'd like to get started. Let's head downstairs and see what we can turn up.
Probably something bitey. Learn about the substructure, collect documentation. Okay, let's go. Is she gonna follow me or... Yeah, she is apparently. Gun out, because I expect I'm gonna need it. Oh, they have changed this a bit. Ah, not bloody cave crickets, I hate those things. Oh, that went okay. In doubt, shotgun to the face. Oh, that's a Lego. Got him. And something else as well. Crikey, that took a bit of damage there. Angry bugs in the basement. What a surprise. Don't know where our Grobly friendly's got to. Big and open. Dead dude, so what do we got? That's decommission report 2. There'll be numbers. One just looked up, okay. Report 1. So look at 1 then.
This must be Dr. Hammond, Atlas's lead scientist. We recovered some of his holotapes and logs in our initial sweep of the area. This tech down here is his handiwork, and he couldn't give it up. Even after the war, I should make arrangements for a proper burial.
Nice lady. Following the dismissal of Dr. Isaac Hammond, LTC Oberlin has tasked me with overseeing the shutdown of the Atlas project. This report outlines the state of the project as of its termination. While showing promise in its initial final trials, the project still has major stability issues, and considerable additional effort would be required to create a consistently operational device. The working trials impacted the operation of several key components, including the miniaturized ion focus and primary induction coil. Also of concern was the enormous stress put on the coolant intake pumps and possible defects in the release valves. Yes, that does look rather like some doctor or other. Decommission report 2. Lieutenant Marks, I'm guessing. 23rd of August, 77, not long before the bottoms dropped. Ion focus. Our experiment with the compact ion focus has left it vulnerable to strong feedback during a device initiation. It survived the test, but the design should be reconsidered before future use is attempted. Induction coil. The induction coil suffers the same feedback susceptibility as the ion focus. Repeated usage causes significant variance in the flux distributions throughout the coil. Redesign of this device also needs consideration if it is to be used in future trials, as the potential risk of frying the coil could require substantial capital in replacement parts. And the CPU. While firmware updates have proven useful in troubleshooting important aspects of Atlas operational capability, the sheer processing power required to execute the necessary commands requires a special order CPU. This came at a great cost to the operation, and numerous computing breakdowns during trial runs led leadership to question its long-term suitability as well. Full diagnostic report pending. Got a big hammer. Ooh, coolant, nice. And there's the last one.
Here's a document.
Decommission report number 3. Intake pressures and stress test. Single use of the Atlas device requires huge intake of coolant to keep the machine operational. Pumping this coolant through the device during operation puts a worrying amount of stress on its pipes, pumps, and valves. Repeated usage testing has revealed signs of cracks and breakage throughout. Furthermore, hasty construction of the machine has led to structural flaws that could lead to high pressure build-up in the intake points, which could have destructive results if not addressed. These flaws could have been averted with careful design protocols, but the pressures of war override the concerns. Yeah. I would be remiss not to recommend an excess of caution when proceeding with future projects.
I think this is good. Let's talk for a sec. That should be enough to start. Let me take a look. Atlas decommission report. So the project was in bad shape
She
after
knows
all?
something about the project. Isn't sharing.
It sounded too good to be true. Fascinating. Wow. This is some seriously classified stuff that I just let you read, isn't it? I wasn't supposed to show you any of this.
Not like it was particularly informative. Anyone else having problems with fast travelling? I haven't had so far, Hyper. I had prior hotel. You can say that again. What on earth is this project? All scribes are dumb. I'm not sure I want to join the Brotherhood. You can glance at the documents if we're being honest. No, even at this receipt, might as well give you a full explanation. I try. What on earth is this Atlas project?
Xion did send you, so I guess I can trust you with a little information. There's only so much I can tell you, but I'll share what I feel is relevant. Atlas wasn't exactly an observatory before the war. That was just a front. The military conducted research here. Pretty advanced research. We're down here to investigate and see what's worth salvaging for the Brotherhood.
I don't want to know what it was originally used for. I'm sure I'm going to be finding out soon enough, so... You should have told me we were looting a military base. Now I'm even more on board. Why didn't you mention this before we started? Thanks for filling me in. Why didn't you mention this earlier?
We run a tight ship in the Brotherhood. Or, at least we're supposed to. All of the information we collect is distributed on a need-to-know basis. I was hoping we could get through this without you needing to know, but I guess that was too much to ask. Now,
At least she's
let's
not
follow up on some
stuck up
leads
about it.
from
That's
this
cool.
report. I'd like to do a quick inspection of some key components that should be nearby. There's probably a terminal around here. If it's still running, we can do a diagnostics test. That will tell us about some of the less accessible hardware. The report mentioned that the machine's intake pump was under a lot of pressure. Let's find the release valve for that and give it a spin, see what happens. Finally, the lower core on this level should have a wiring box. Why don't we take a glance at that to get an idea of the electrical hookups?
So, poke the big unknown machinery. Fair enough. What are we looking for in diagnostic tests? How do we know if the release valve works properly? What will wiring tell us about the machine? What are we looking for in the diagnostics?
The diagnostics test can tell us the state of some key components that we won't be able to test manually. Keep an eye on the state of each component and we'll want to look into them after the initial check.
And we know if the release valve works properly.
The release valve is an emergency mechanism that can relieve pressure on the intake pipes if they come under stress. If all is well, we'll just be able to turn it and nothing out of the ordinary will happen.
And if all isn't well, we'll get blown up. We'll get over here now. Yeah. And what will the wiring tell us?
Think of the wires like the blood vessels of the machine. Without the electricity running through them, nothing's going to work. We just need to do a little checkup and see what condition they're in. Should be a simple inspection. You can have point, but I'll be looking over your shoulder the whole way. Take note of the details and we'll discuss how it goes after.
Oh. Some stuff to find. So we've got wiring, diagnostics check, release valve. Them in order. Seems to right here. Diagnostics check. It's simple enough.
Interesting.
Check complete. Key component status. Core processing unit defunct. Intake valves ruptured. Ion focus misaligned. Induction loop flux disruption detected. So everything's buggered. Sounds about right. Test the release valve. I imagine this is going to be spectacular. Or not, as the case may be. Either way. Oh.
Are you okay?
A bit better. How are you supposed to get your head in that hat? It doesn't. It's not hollow. Also, that was definitely dramatic. And let's have a look at the wiring. This is going to shock me across the room, isn't it? Looks shredded, likely the work of resident critters. Oh, the level 100 one. No, that's not the button I pressed, god damn it. That's the button I pressed. Get you. You did. Where's the last one? Well, there's two more. There's water under it. Move quick, these things. Got it.
Glad that's over with. That does it for the inspection. Let's talk.
Not the best device for taking out fast-moving small objects with this gun, but we managed. Can we go somewhere where there isn't a big-ass light right behind your head, Valdez?
Alright, let's go over the inspection results. The diagnostics check revealed some issues. Flux disruption in the induction loop, intake valves ruptured, and the ion focus?
Misaligned, wasn't it?
Misaligned. Problematic to say the least. Next, we have the release valve. That went... Well, what was your assessment?
Dead? Working as intended, it released pressure, so okay. It exploded.
It certainly did. I'm going to mark that down as bad. Last but not least, the wiring. The wires were...
Chewed. Chewed through. Fell to a crisp. Aluminiumized? What? Completely platinum gauged? No. Fine working order. Chewed through.
Yep. I think the warm reception they gave us also points to that. Okay, well, sorry about the pop quiz. But in general, you're handling yourself well so far.
Some discussion. You already knew what answers you wanted.
A fair point. We have a saying among the scribes. Through discourse, we gain strength. This wasn't discourse. It was a test. I can't blame you for being upset. I wanted to see if you would pay attention.
I'm upset.
And I have
curious.
my answer now. Sorry if I angered you. I'm worried about what our inspection turned up. There are a few parts I'd like to extract and examine in my lab. There's the pressure gauge, the core processor, and the ion focus. They should be upstairs. There's a lot I can learn from examining them if we can pull them out and get them back to my lab in decent condition.
You'll be able to do that?
I want to take some notes on the core up there, so I'm going to leave the parts removal to you. Each extraction will be a little different, but in general, you'll want to use a light touch. I want the components in good condition, so please be careful. Any questions, or are you ready to get started?
Grab the parts. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Take them to her lab, I'm guessing. Where's the pressure gauge?
You saw what happened when we tested the release valve. I want to examine the stress on the gauge.
Yes.
That could tell us if all that built-up pressure was normal or an anomaly. Oh, and you may have to pry it off, but be careful about it when the time comes.
Yeah. Tell me about the CPU.
Brain of the machine. It's the component that coordinates all of the others. It should be slotted into a terminal somewhere. May take a little technical know-how to extract, but nothing you can't handle, I'm sure.
And what do I need to know about the ion
focus? A very
focus?
important and technical component. It helps force particles into a beam that the machine could fire to affect the weather.
There you go, Labro.
Could take a bit of manual dexterity to pry loose without any damage.
I think we can manage.
I'm counting on you. Let's see what you can do.
Just some teleporting Morants and red scorpions. Strange. Yeah, this evening the frames aren't as good as they were earlier today, which is interesting. Everything was back to normal this afternoon, and now this evening we're back flickering around the 60 mark, which is not great. So, definitely room for improvement there. My armour and stuff is damaged, so... Damn me. Disease cure. So, remove the components from the machine. Apparently upstairs, I'm guessing? Yeah, they all seem to be upstairs. Cool. This is this. Upper level of the lower section, I'm guessing. Yeah, it looks like. Nope, that's a cupboard. What in there then, is it? It seems to be down here. Otherwise it would be pointing to that door, so... There is another area. Oh, I think I saw a staircase back here somewhere, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, see the basic layout's the same as it used to be, but they have changed a bit down there. Quite cool. There we go, the lower level of the telescope. Well, this is already up here. Boink. So... yes, I remember this room. I got murdered in here once. What we got here then? Ion focus. Okay. So it's containing miniaturized ion focus. It's nestled in a bundle of tubes, wires, many of which are attached. How would you go about extracting it? Tear the connections away with your hands and wrench it out. Gently unhook each tube and wire from the device and lift it out. Cut the tubes and pry the device out. Gently unhook. Well, you didn't try and kill me, so I suppose that's a start. Everything else seems to be further up. Cool. They're doing some work on it. The old, if you haven't got a staircase approach. Is it for anything useful, since I'm probably going to need bullets before terribly long. Purified water and bourbon. Don't really need bourbon actually, but... Pressure gauge. So this container pressure gauge is attached with several rusty screws. How are we going to do it? Unscrew through the rust and remove the gauge. Yank it without removing the rust. Oil the screws to remove the rust. Lift the gauge out. Blast the screws off with your weapon and pull the gauge out. Leave. Let's blow it a bit. Now I think we'll oil them. Fairly obvious. Didn't blow me up this time, so I suppose that's an improvement. And last but not least... CPU, I guess, which is not that way. The other side of the door, the area with the pool table and stuff is just on the other side of there. This is the old entrance. This is where you used to come in. You came in down the stairs and you had to come through this door into here. So, and then you made your way up from in here. So where's the last one? It's over here. Ah, I see there's an office back here, isn't it? Ooh! Yeah, a bit of lag going on. CPU management, power status operation logs. Logs. A few mixed results, quite a lot of positive ones, the occasional negative. Okay. Power status. Power Atlas system power operational. Output 150% above expected levels and 350% above required levels. Output efficiency 25% due to undiagnosed pathway failures. Recommend examination and repair of conduit pathways to suitable level output. CPU. Power active. Eject CPU. Emergency eject. Power down eject. Intelligence 8+. Execute full CPU removal protocol. Well, if we've got it, let's use it.
Oh, I thought of one more thing. Can you pick up the induction coil up there on the machine core?
Grab the induction coil while I'm here, which I'm guessing is there. Ah, damn it. Didn't jump. Wanted it to. Where are you there? Okay. So the container is an induction coil with two thick wires attached, one red, one blue. A low hum and sound of static surrounds the device. Wires crackle. How are we going to do it? Unhook both wires and slide coil out. Cut red wire. Little shock won't hurt anything. Cut blue wire. Seems shocky, but less so. Unhook the wires, maybe.
What's that?
That's FEV. That looks awfully like FEV inside this thing. Trying to inject FEV into the atmosphere, aren't they, Will? Serious canister sits before you, pulsing with a near go. How do you go about extracting it? Get the hell out of there and come back with a hazmat suit. Pry it out using weapon as lever. Swap it out with a heavy sack of dirt. Gently lift it out of its container. Gently lift it out.
That doesn't sound good.
Nope. Fortunately, I brought the tools for the job. Sorry about this, elders. Oh, my armor's busted. Gotcha.
Close one.
Close one, we're not done yet, apparently. That dot makes it a darn sight easier.
This is going to hurt you a lot.
We'll see about that. Where are you? Crikey, that was some strong language there, Valdez. A little unexpected of you. I feel like something's hitting me. I keep getting regular impact sounds.
We survived.
Or melee impact sounds, which is a bit weird.
Justice will be administered swiftly and fairly.
You survived, she says, even though the fight's not done yet. Right, there you are.
The area.
Got him.
Glad that's over with.
Destroy a robot challenge. Pity I can't get the score for it, but yeah, the hell was that Scribe Valdez?
Whatever you did up there, the security system sure didn't like it. Thanks for the
Nope.
backup. I doubt I could have handled that on my own. Now that that's over with, let me take a look at what you've collected.
Whole bunch of
Pressure gauge
stuff.
looks like it's in good condition. The core processor is pristine. Good work on that. The ion focus looks usable. Impressive. The induction coil seems fine. That's a relief. And what is this?
Goop.
This
Oh,
is...
ultrasight.
Is this ultrasight? Fascinating. This looks like
Bit like
some
FEV
kind
to
of
me.
compact power source. None of the documents, none of the terminals said anything about this.
Though it is consistent with
The whole
what's going
machine.
on. They say it has unlimited potential. You're the expert. They say.
The fuel of the future. I'd heard the stories, but to
Depends
think
why
I
they came
could
here.
hold so much energy in my hands like this. Project Atlas may be beyond our power to repair, but we might have something here. I expected
you
the
repair
machine
it?
to use a small reactor's worth of energy. They condensed that into a container I can hold in my hands. I could do a lot with this. You were a big help. I'm sure you have what it takes to be an initiate. And soon. Here, take this letter to Paladin Romani. She'll make the final call on letting you into the Brotherhood, but my wreck may tip the scales. I'm
Well,
going
her,
back
I'm
upstairs
sure.
to take a look at these components. I need to catalog our findings. If nothing else, this ultrasight battery has piqued my interest. There's a lot I could learn from reverse engineering it. Oh,
Yeah, a
I'm
lot
giving
that
you
could go
access
wrong
to
when
my
you try
private
and all.
terminal too. It has all the logs we recovered from when we moved in. After what we just went through, I think you deserve to know more about Project Atlas. Take a look if you get some free time. Thanks again for your help, and good luck with the Paladin.
Nice. Ooh, fact finder. Two-shot explosive. 44. Excuse me. So I knew that was coming because I'd seen it before, but nice nonetheless. Mother invention. Not very useful for this character, but nonetheless, cool. Made it. Let's go. Prove your merit to Paladin Romani, who will probably want the final say. Have any pitch link? Yeah, Steel Dawn has just come out tonight. Well, last night actually, but my first time playing it, so latest story update. I'm just going to close and stay closed. Give me the good stuff. Sorry, you don't really need to play pool down here, do you? You can use that for all manner of things. All the people who were down here have disappeared. I'm guessing Nightshun's binned them off. Fancy fatigues, army helmet, nice. Much worth grabbing, really, but Apart from what we've got. Always use a few bits of scrap. Right then. Speak to Paladin Romani. Go and have a chat with the boss.
Go home. Let us take care of things here.
F you, buddy. We've also got Find the Kids. Not sure what... Oh, there's probably two dots for it.
in good hands. Night Shin's trained as well.
The settlers want to rebuild, but they're only looking to the future. We need to
Do like this room, I've got to admit. There is
This is a
Shin.
secure area. Treat it as such.
Pipe down. Who loves the... I mean, I suppose it's supposed to be like secure weapon storage and stuff, but nonetheless, it does look really cool.
Throwing nukes left and right. Do the people of Appalachia think a bomb is a
Need to have
plaything?
Valdez take another look at my armor.
Quite a few do, yeah.
2,000 miles of hiking's put some real wear on it.
Yeah, it'll do that. Let's just do this Find the Kids thing.
Do you
There's one.
need something?
Each day in service of the Brotherhood is a step forward.
There's one.
I don't have anything to say to you or anyone else.
It's the first teenager I think I've seen in a Fallout game. Which is cool. You see young kids who are about the same size as this lad, who's young Xion. He looks a lot like Xion, actually. And you see plenty of adults, but you never see anybody who's in the middle. What did she say? It was grouchy. Don't have anything to say to you or anyone else. You should join the raids if you don't like the Brotherhood. I have to go. What's up with you?
I'm sure you wouldn't be too thrilled to talk to anyone. If both your parents were dead and you were stuck with the people who caused it.
Huh. How did that happen
I
then?
really don't want to talk about it. Just watch out. The Brotherhood can be reckless, and they justify it with some bullshit savior complex.
Interesting. When you should leave, because she'll probably die quite quickly if she does. Why did she leave?
I would if I could, but Max refuses, and I can't just leave him behind.
Brother.
We're all that we've got left. Hopefully he'll come to his senses and stop his blind hero worship.
Got a bit of a raider vibe going on with her outfit. Let's talk about something else.
Let's not.
Let's go.
Good.
Grumpy. Talk to Max.
Do you want to play the Armor Ace board game with me?
Tell me about you.
Oh, well, my name is Maximo. You can call me Max, though, for short. My big sister Marcia and I live here now with the Brotherhood. Isn't that cool?
Why do you live here?
Well, the town we lived in got attacked by raiders and our mother was killed. But luckily, the Brotherhood of Steel was there and they saved us. Since we didn't really have anyone anymore, Paladin Romani had us come along with them. I can't wait to become a member and fight off bad guys like they do. I'll make sure no one ever has to die again.
He's an optimist, I'll give him that. So the sister thinks they had something to do with the parents' death. He thinks they saved them from raiders. So I'm guessing there were raiders involved. Possibly the parents got caught in the crossfire. They're great about
They're
them.
heroes! The Brotherhood is gonna save humanity and help make the world a better place. They saved my sister and me and a bunch of other people along the way. Plus, the power armor they get to wear is so cool!
Pretty cool. You like Fort Atlas?
Oh yeah! It's a lot of fun living in the Brotherhood of Steel base. I kinda wish there were more kids my age to play with, but it's okay. The less distractions from my training, the better. I'm gonna become the best Brotherhood of Steel member that Paladin Romani has ever seen.
Quite the enthusiast.
Whatever you want. It's fun talking with you.
Tell me about Brotherhood of Steel members.
Sure, I'd be happy to talk about them. I mean, they're my heroes.
Yeah. Tell me about Night Shin. That should be good.
Night Shin is super cool. Have you seen his power armor? He doesn't really talk to me much, but I think it's just because he's super busy doing Brotherhood stuff and fighting bad guys.
Well,
Unless
that's
it's usually
climactic.
hanging out by the weapons and I'm not allowed to go near there. I think we're gonna be best friends one day, though.
Optimus, huh? Nation would love it if you asked him a ton of questions. Oh, I'm doing it.
You think? I want to know all about the Brotherhood of Steel.
Nightshin's got it coming. Don't you think he's a jerk?
What? No, he's just busy. Saving the world is hard work. Someone in the Brotherhood can't be a jerk. They're literally the good guys. Okay.
What do you think about Valdez?
Odessa is the best. She's super smart and is always saying stuff that I don't really understand, but I'm gonna study really hard. And sometimes when the others aren't around, we play hide and seek around the fort.
Oh. Why do you call her Odessa?
She told me I could because we're friends. Just like how you can call me Max instead of Maximo. Although, when I'm a knight, I would prefer if you called me Knight Max.
I'd be back out there already.
Don't want to be a scribe.
Nah, I want to be a knight like Xion so I can wear power armor and use cool weapons. If I was to be a scribe, though, I'd want to be just like Odessa. Okay.
See what he's got to say about Romani then, seeing as she's up next.
She's the leader of the Brotherhood, and I'm gonna try my best to impress her so that she makes me an initiate one day. It was Paladin Romani's idea to let us stay here with them, and I'm so happy that she did.
Wouldn't you rather be in Foundation? Probably not.
No way! I can't get the proper training I need to become a Brotherhood of Steel Knight there.
A
I
little
need
bit
the best
obsessed, this
combat
kid.
training there is, and that's here. Speaking of, I wonder if Knight Xion is busy right now. Oh, absolutely. She cares a lot about saving people and stopping bad guys. She's a real-life hero.
True. I think it's spot on and appropriate, to be honest, no?
Okay. I hope I can see you again soon and we can play.
Tell Romani that I'm tired of being in this place.
If I don't sleep tonight, I should be able to get this list done.
I wonder Shin's got to stick up his butt. They're a bit wonky at the moment, the servers. We're doing better this afternoon, so I know what's going on now. So, Paladin Romani. Missed out on all of this. But the Indiana Jones swapping you up. Protection shelter. Yeah, well, there'd be nothing for them to collect anyway, would there? So
This is my place. My mission.
I'd want one wandering around in there anyway, to be honest, Kate.
We arrived in Appalachia not a moment too soon.
The only worthwhile reward. Some other good stuff. And the story as well. Quite enjoyed the idea of sending a small and overly enthusiastic child to aggravate Knight Xion. Just seems like a great thing to me. I have no idea, to be honest.
We're building something big here.
I haven't actually played Brotherhood of Steel. Tactics, rather.
Can't spend all day hunched over the
But I would imagine it's set about 150 or so years from now, so I doubt it's the same one, unless there's some kind of fountain of youth stuff going on. Romani!
Ah, you must be the one I've been hearing about. Paladin Layla Romani. What do you need?
Big gun, somebody to polish my power armor? No. And yeah, that'll do for the bit. I'll come back with some other stuff in a bit. Valdez gave me a letter of recommendations. Hope you joined Brotherhood. You're in charge. Have you heard about me? What have you heard about me?
I've received a report from Knight Xion detailing your assistance in his duties. He has given his approval to your consideration as an initiate. Word around the fort is that you've been working with Scribe Valdez as well.
Hoping to unhook some stuff and shoot some things that want to bite her. So you're in charge, huh?
As a paladin, I am the commander of the 1st Expeditionary Force to Appalachia, and by extension, the ranking officer here at Fort Atlas.
Yes, would have done. Valdez also wrote me a letter of recommendation.
Well, Between this and the report I have from Knight Shin, we can discuss you
Do
becoming
like
a
her
member
outfit.
of our order.
Cool.
Consider it carefully. Do you wish to join our ranks?
Nah, I'm off. Obviously. What would it mean if I did?
Membership in the Brotherhood is a commitment to honor, duty, and service. You would begin as an initiate in our ranks. With time and training, you may one day join the scrolls as a knight or scribe, depending on your aptitudes and choices. On a day-to-day basis, Knight Shin would be your direct superior here, though any of the officers may requisition you for missions if needed.
Fair enough. Shin and Valdez both recommend me?
Both have given their approval to your initiate consideration. Yes.
Can't say I know when tactics was set, Dark Sun, but I'd imagine it would be in a similar period to most of the other games, so not for... it might have been a bit later. I think it was sort of somewhere between Fallout 2 and Fallout 3, which there was a fair jump in there, but still, it's a long way in the future from here. What did Valdez have to say?
In short, she thinks you are capable, helpful, and possessed of a higher-than-average technical aptitude. Useful qualities in an initiate candidate.
What did Shin say?
Knight Shin felt that you displayed sensible judgment, took orders tolerably well, and were ideally suited to help with civilian outreach. Frankly, I suspect he just wants out of those duties, but you made a decent impression regardless.
She's not daft, this woman. So we've got very, very nice Scribe Valdez, grumpy as hell Knight Shin, and Paladin Romani, who seems generally agreeable so far. That's cool.
Yes?
Yeah, I'll join.
With the recommendations of Knight Shin and Scribe Valdez, I'm willing to consider you for membership. But first, I need to see how you handle yourself without direct supervision.
I thought she might have another task for me.
In order to be effective in our operations here, we need to establish positive relations with the people of Appalachia. If we make them see us as a beneficial presence in the area, it will be much easier to secure cooperation in the future. We have reports of feral ghoul attacks on traders and travelers in the southwest forest region, indicative of a nest of some kind. I want you to clear it out.
Go clobber some feral ghouls. Where's the nest? If I do this, I'll be in the Brotherhood. Why haven't you had some of the other initiates do it already? They take care of a few things. Why didn't you ask some of the initiates to do already? What were you holding off on, if anything?
I'm not in the habit of explaining my priorities to would-be recruits. You may have noticed there's a lot of work to be done here. You doing it accomplishes the mission and adds another member to our ranks. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Doesn't hurt to know how she thinks. Whether she likes it or not. Where's the nest?
We don't know. Our initial reports on the attacks came from a family of farmers, the Putnams, that we passed on the way into the region. I think their sons were rather starstruck when we showed up. I almost expected the older boy to follow us when we left. You should start your search there. They may know more. You can find them at the old Lewis & Sons farming supply.
Okay. Start at, think of everything I need. Start at Lewis & Sons farming supply.
Do this, and you will be one of us, with all the rights and responsibilities of a full member of the Brotherhood of Steel. Ad Victoriam.
Nice. So, Lewis & Sons farming supply. So Atlas is over here. Lewis & Sons is down here. I'm guessing they crossed the Ohio River somewhere here.
Morning for Defiance and more time here, where Appalachia's future will be decided.
Said they met them there, so yeah, they would be heading in generally northwest. I imagine they would sort of approach Appalachia from this sort of direction. So yeah, that makes sense. So go to Lewis & Sons farming supply and then assist with the wiping out some ferals. I think we can manage that.
Grow up.
The fight is just beginning. Stay disciplined.
Oh, it wasn't directed at me, that comment. That's alright.
Tighten that. If you're gonna be walking around up here, at least grab a wrench and help me out.
Oh yeah,
We're
she...
here to protect the people. They'll learn that in time.
Whether they like it or not, I suspect. So we had some interesting stuff on background to the project, didn't we?
I wish you were here too.
Excuse me. So we've got Atlas Observatory Archives, Chapter Scrolls, and Scribe Valdez personal logs. Chapter Scrolls. Paladin Romani, Knight Shin, Knight Connors, Knight Thornbury, and Scribe Valdez. I'm guessing these two didn't make it. So, yeah, let's start at the top. Paladin Romani. Former US National Guard, Paladin Romani is a bold leader who cares for her people. She's renowned for decisive action and inventive tactics. Who sometimes criticised by leadership as reckless, no one can deny a record of success. This and her approachability made her popular among the rank and file. After outstanding service to the Brotherhood, a request for an Appalachian expedition was granted by the Council of Elders, and she was given command. Cool. So she asked for this mission. That's interesting. Brotherhood members calling out mutant powers. Nobody's been doing that to me yet. Interesting, Targath.
Night Shin's training, weapons, and a base like this.
Can't have a fridge but can build a wall of alien plushies. Yeah, there is something in that, okay?
To think of everywhere we've been.
Mrs. wants me to make a crazy cat lady house. Or her house. Her words, not mine. So, that might have to happen eventually. Off to bed, Steve. Have a good night. We'll catch you soon. Little Horizon tomorrow, so I hope you make it for that one. So, Knight Shin. Let's find out about Daniel Shin. Driven and dedicated as model member of the Brotherhood of Steel. While this focus and commitment is sometimes off-putting to other members, especially new recruits, he's earned him the respect of the Brotherhood leadership.
It doesn't make these repairs go any faster.
His actions have drawn praise from the Council of Elders, including Elder Maxon himself. Ooh, nice. Knight Shin was recruited from the Mojave Wasteland, whereas Valor caught the eye of Knight Connors, who brought him into the fold. Interesting. So he's from Mojave, eh? So he'll probably know a bit about New Vegas being there, because it wasn't bombed, but I imagine everything outside of New Vegas is probably hellish. Although the lights may be off at Vegas. Possible they haven't set the place up yet. In fact, they probably wouldn't have done.
How can I find time to study our history with all this maintenance work piling?
Interesting.
You should get that mutation treated, civilian, before it becomes a real problem.
What were we saying about mutations? Knight Connors, Alan. Former US National Guard subordinate Paladin Romani, known for wise counsel. He followed Paladin into service in the Brotherhood. Noted peacekeeper and negotiator. Knight Connors was a valued member of the Brotherhood as a whole, and the Appalachia expedition in particular. He had a calming presence with skill at diffusing disputes, killed in action valorously, protecting Knight Shin and others from a raider attack. Highest possible honours. Matthew Thornbury, Knight. Is an exemplar of courage whose selfless actions early in the expedition saved friendly lives and salvaged valuable technology. He personally rescued captured Brotherhood members from torture at the hands of hostile raiders in the Sierra Nevada. And furthermore, recovered many fusion cores and energy weapons from the enemy. Paladin Romani charged Knight Thornbury with escorting rescued members back home and seeing to their recovery, a task he accepted. A caring man with the mind of a scribe and the heart of a lion, we miss his presence dearly. While no longer part of the expedition, his deeds will continue to live on in these scrolls. So, he got sent back to help some people return to the Brotherhood's base, presumably. Scribe Odessa Valdez. This expedition scribe and keeper of scrolls. Scribe Valdez's parents, early recruits known as the Knights of Valdez, enlisted her in the Brotherhood as an apprentice scribe at a young age. Under the tutelage of Scribe Haley Takano, she learned to perform a role satisfactorily, taking a special interest in the operation of vertibirds and other flying machines. Cool. Scribe Valdez volunteered for this expedition in place of Scribe Takano, who was unable to join due to health and other concerns. Cool.
With all these new initiates, I may need another scribe just to keep the scrolls up to date.
Appalachia. So many months we're finally here. We came expecting the worst, the Scorched Plague, utter desolation. I remember sitting by Scribe Tucano as we listened to each new communication from Paladin Taggady's chapter. Every attempt to fight the Scorched brought failure and loss. Paladin Taggady, as strong as she was, sounded more desperate every time we heard her. I grew to understand why my parents insisted I stay a scribe. I couldn't help but be thankful that I was safe in my bunker and not out fighting that. Still, as the years passed, I couldn't help but yearn for the adventurous life of my peers. When the time finally came for our expedition east, I jumped at the chance. Scribe Tucano wanted to go, but I insisted she stay for her health. Even if she did make it all the way here, I think grief would be too much for her. I admit I was surprised when we arrived. It was more than desolation. There were people, settlers, raiders, and those caught in between. The Scorched are present, but there were rumours of a cure. Some Vault Dwellers, America's best and brightest, concocted an inoculation and spread it among the people here. I'm sceptical, of course. After all the horror I heard on the radio, how could I not be? But I can't deny that Appalachians have found a way to survive. I'm here for knowledge. Maybe that starts with learning from them. I like her attitude. We set up base in the old Atlas Observatory. Fort Atlas, we've named it. I like the name. It sounds strong. This place was always on our list of targets. We know it's not just here for stargazing. The old regime was building something here. We need to find out what. My first task is to do some research. Start rooting through old terminal entries and catalogue any old holotapes we find lying around. I've started an archive on this terminal to that effect. Hopefully some juicy leads turn up soon. So, Atlas Observatory Archives. LTC James Oberlin. Text Archive, Report 1. Reporting as Chief Army Scientific Advisor to the Atlas Program. Replacing Major Kirk Bentley was deemed unfit for the role. Interesting. So, Lieutenant Colonel replacing a Major. Presumably they thought they want someone higher ranked for this particular program. Program moving slower than expected. Here to do what I can to step into gear. By my discretion that Washington will cut funding if the prototype does not yield scalable results by April. We should not continue to pay for the construction of the Atlas Accelerator. If it turns out, technology turns out to be incompatible.
I wonder if I could get my hands on a sample.
Prototype results have yielded moderate success. Dr. Hammond has succeeded in initiating light rainfall and across a significant localized area. Funding for the Atlas program will continue under the condition that Dr. Hammond invests more research into more high-energy weather conditions. I've given Atlas engineers the go-ahead to initiate construction of the accelerator while we continue to improve underlying technology of the Atlas system. However, in an effort to light a fire under their ass, I've made it clear that funding could dry up if we encounter any more significant development delays. Hammond has been able to reproduce a wide variety of weather conditions based on the data his team has been bringing into the lab. The latest prototype resulted in near whiteout blizzard conditions, an unusual occurrence in mid-August. Some of the local media is picking up on it, but nothing's been directed our way. Security is tight, and I trust personnel here to keep things under wraps.
But all standard models.
Be quiet.
More to discover here.
The automated security system we've installed is a way of discouraging loose lips. We've got a meeting tomorrow with the top brass back in Washington to go over the military application for the technology. Localized prototype won't be much use in a war. Could prove useful during small skirmishes or clandestine operations. Gone first 3. So I need drink and 1 second.
How can I find time to study our history with all this maintenance work?
Do that a minute, and then we get through yammering in my ear every minute. Number 4. Atlas project, fully approved and funded for military applications, could prove to be a massive asset in war effort against China. Imagine blanketing the nation in thick black clouds until the crops die out, wiping out naval ports with typhoons, or sending fierce lightning storms against vulnerable air bases to ground air units. Sentence. Heck, we can deploy Atlas to quell any potential domestic uprisings. The sky's the limit here. It's my assessment the Atlas system will diminish the threat of all-out nuclear war. Guess it didn't. No one will believe that a stirring of bad weather is under our control. More bodies have been thrown at the Atlas accelerator so it can haste its production. Current predictions have completion date during the first quarter of next year. After the bombs ended up dropping. 2 days ago, I received a letter from my superiors in Washington. From completely out of the blue, they were shutting Atlas down. I was in total shock. I read the details and it was filled with the usual bullshit phrases like cost-cutting, risk assessment, taxpayer responsibilities. It also said further instructions would follow. This honestly doesn't make sense. I decided to wait to discuss this with Dr. Hammond, as I'm certain hearing the news will send him off the deep end. As expected, I've received a follow-up letter from ICO. I was to go back through all of the data Dr. Hammond collected and adjust the values so that Atlas looked like a failure. Interesting. Why were they burying the project that could shift the focus of the war? Why are they suddenly being so covert about the whole thing? I had a million questions, but I knew better than to call Washington and ask. Orders are orders. Broke the news to Hammond and he instantly flew into a rage. I had to get a couple of MPs to restrain him and thought he was literally going to kill me. Fortunately, he calmed down and walked off the property without a word. I don't know if I'll be back or not, but I still have a job to do. So, order to shut down and fake that they got no results. So, Dr. Hammond, he had to say. Progress report, prototype, Lieutenant Marks, go to hell. Here's your progress report. Good science takes time. Don't expect me to come to me and say it's going slower than you expected, Lieutenant Colonel Oberlin. Science doesn't care about your deadlines, it cares about results. So far, the results align with my expectations. I'm not stupid, I know why the Air Force is involved with the project now. I also know you can't do it without me. Prototype. Prototype works. We can't just package all that up and implement it as is. I was expecting you of all people to understand why it's necessary at first. Why it was a necessary first step before we throw all our resources at us proper. You can have it done quickly, or you can have it done under budget, or you can have it done right. But you can only pick two of those at best. After the incident with Major Bentley, I decided I needed to a place to inform me about my thoughts before sending them out. Do not send these. Okay. Lieutenant Marks. I know this might be considered highly unprofessional of me, but I must say it's a relief to be working with someone who truly understands the work we're doing here. I'm sick of other Air Force P-brains here. Most of them don't know what an nephelometer is, let alone how to calibrate one. You consider dinner and drink sometime, maybe. I have some concerns with the project, and I'd like to speak privately with somebody I respect. It would also give us a chance to get to know one another a little more. Go to hell. Note, I overheard they may be shutting us down. Maybe I'll actually end up sending this one if it's true, or maybe better, it's just to leave quietly. Haven't decided yet. You can't shut us down. Atlas is practically done. This is my life's work. If this is just your way of getting rid of me so the government can take over Atlas, we'll see how far you get without me. Don't think I broke precautions in case something like this happened. But we sabotaged it. Interesting. That's not what I do. I want to turn the sound back on, don't I? Why's the music down? Well, if you had Super Scotches was fast to build. Yeah, I can imagine it probably was, Kate. They were 4 times the size, aren't they? Build a house out of sheepscotch plushies. Can we vaccinating the Brotherhood? Yeah, I did wonder about that, but apparently not. Nothing says welcome to the neighbourhood like a warm glass of my nuke and my blood is in it. Yeah, I went with Nuka Scotch the first time as well, I think, or something to that effect. But the second time I went the other way. So, Lewis and Sons Farming Supply. Go and hunt some ghoulies.
Night Shin's training, weapons, and a base like this.
Let's go. $20. Here we go. Loading times don't seem to be much different. Frame rates are down a little bit tonight. That's weird because they were better than they were better this afternoon. So we have to go and meet the family we're here to get some directions on this possible nest of feral ghouls. So they've updated the location. But don't mind me helping myself to a few supplies. Going straight down the Brotherhood's route and requisitioning some supplies for myself. Weather's a bit crap, but a couple of little changes, nothing dramatic yet. Fortified this edge, just the front edge they haven't fortified. That's interesting. Like an instance area inside the barn now, which is cool. Full row of buckets and some golf balls. Planks, nicely cut to size. I've got a Mr. Handy. Structure protection, I'm doing alright, this family of farmers. Few crops in place. Nothing much spectacular. Ooh, bobblehead, nice. You got a doggo called Badger. Oh, Badger. A load more corn and crops being planted. Nice. Ourselves a Brahmin. Tidied up the pen. Need work on this spot, I guess, but we've tidied it. I think we're okay. I'm guessing they've turned this into their home. Putnam residence. There we go. Putnam family.
Huh? Whoa there.
Glad to get back outside
Mom,
again.
Dad.
Who do you think you are barging in here? George?
Hold it, stranger. No funny moves.
Ah, they've made it kind of homely. They've got some wallpaper on the side walls. They're sweeping up. They've sealed the place up a little bit. The windows appear to have been repaired to some extent. Getting themselves a home going on. They managed to get a kitchen in. How come they can build kitchens and we can't? Thursday. Don't shoot them with the Brotherhood. Load your weapon unfriendly. Put that down before someone gets hurt. Sorry, barge in. I'm on a mission. Don't shoot. I'm with the Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood? Again?
Oh, man. Cool. Haha. I told you they'd be back, Colin.
Oh, yeah.
Gun, George. All right. Why don't you come over here and we'll try to do this like civilized folk.
Probably for the best. I didn't do it. Ah. We've got a little crafting station going on here. Nice. I'll have a chat with you around the sitting room in a minute. What have they got going on up here? Bedroom arrangements aren't ideal. But better than nothing, I suppose. I like it. It's very wasteland. They've boarded up the windows. Yeah, makes sense. Somebody's not unique. So where are they nuking?
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike imminent.
Checking it's not Atlas.
Please exit
SBQ.
the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
Yes, not bad. Nailed those doors shut. Okay, so I guess I sit down here. Okay, maybe I don't. What about the bar? Yeah, I could sit down at the bar, the breakfast bar. I'm fine with that. Bit of lagging going on. Freaky in here. Well, that's not going to work, is it? Family's far too normal. They remind you of cannibals. Yeah, there's some definite lag and stuff going on, which is a bit weird. I need to talk to her. I'm guessing I'm going to come around the side. Carol Putnam, George Putnam, and the two sons, Colin and Marty.
Now you need to be more careful just waltzing into people's homes. It's a good way to end up with more lead in you than's healthy. I'm Carol Putnam.
I generally do alright under those circumstances.
My husband, George. Now, won't you tell us why you're barging in here, and maybe we can all be friendly when you're done.
Brotherhood of Steel sent me to ask about the Gore-Tex in the area. Is this your farm? Says Lewis and Sons outside. You greet all visitors with guns. Maybe I'll come back when everyone has calmed down. Is your farm? Well, we know why it says Lewis and Sons, but see what they have to say about it.
Might not be Lewis or Sons, but this here's ours.
But Lewis was a cousin of mine back in the day. God rest his soul. He and his family didn't make it when the bombs fell. We were looking a good place to put down roots when we heard it was safe to come back to West Virginia. I told Carol we ought to see if this place was still here.
Dunce?
Even after all these years. There's
Right
enough
now.
salvageable tools and such to make starting a farm easier here than your average homestead. Didn't see any point in updating the sign.
No, there's really a lot of point, is there? I'm glad you're enjoying the videos, Rob. Welcome to the stream. Carol's always acting nice until you find out what's really going on. Yeah, it was like that in The Outer Worlds as well. You greet all visitors with guns?
No, not all. Just the ones that waltz in unannounced looking like trouble.
Fair enough. Saying that, she didn't even get off the sofa though, so I bet they ate Lewis. So, Brotherhood sent me to ask out Gore-Tex.
Those would be them military types in the heavy armor that came through here recently, right? I'm the one that told them about those attacks.
Those Brotherhood guys are so cool. Wait, are you recruiting? I want to sign up.
Their gear was pretty fascinating.
Settle down, boys. The adults is talking. So you want to know about them ghouls?
That accent. Just 4 of you here. Yeah, that's going to seem a little bit aggressive. How's the farm doing? Yeah, let's just ask.
Me, George, and the boys. Marty's the overeager one. Colin's the quiet one. I hope I don't need to remind you, we're not defenseless.
There's also the robots outside, of course. I got them helping with the chores.
Nerd.
Boy,
Describing the nights, huh?
Get off.
So, us, the robots, and the dogs, I guess. And enough firepower to discourage pests.
Yeah, I won't put the raiders off if they decide to come knocking. What's the farm doing?
Well, we're getting to be self-sufficient soon. Greenhouse is getting there. George wants to restore the house, but we're fine in here.
The boys are gonna want rooms of their own, dear. Don't act like you wouldn't mind being away from this snoring.
We've got other work needs doing first. Lord, if I can put up with your snoring for 20 years, I can surely deal with them.
She's got priorities. Apparently the matriarch. This is probably going to go over like a lead brick. Do you boys want to join the Brotherhood?
Don't get them started.
Oh, yeah. The lasers, the power armor, they are the coolest thing I have ever seen.
Pretty
Marty,
cool.
you barely do your chores now, and you get confused by the generator. What good would you be?
Yeah, well, at least I'm not a shrimp like you.
I can pay you to get these two out of my hair.
George!
Just kidding. You boys know we love you.
I like George. Don't eat the pie. Yeah. Can't say I know that particular actress, Gray. Yeah, it's a pronounced accent she's got going on her. Wasn't sent here to do recruiting. What do you think about your sons joining the Brotherhood then, Carol?
Now, I don't like it, but they're adults. Or close enough, I guess. And I know they're bound to want to do their own thing, but the farm needs work. We can't do it alone. If one of them wants to go, well now, George and I'll just have to live with it. But you ain't taking both of my boys, though.
Ooh, me.
What does George think?
Careful, George.
You heard the wife. She says one of them can go, then one can go, I suppose.
Yeah, I wasn't sent here to do any recruiting.
I'd prefer you kept it that way, then.
I think I could be a real asset to you, though. I'm good with machines, and I work hard. Heck, I'm the one who repaired the bots outside.
Forget about him. The Brotherhood's tough, not a bunch of nerds. I'd be perfect.
Let it be, boys.
Actually, it's brains as much as brawn. There we go.
Fine by me.
Let's find out about those ghouls. Paladin Romani said we'd find out if you knew where their ghoul tech's coming from.
For certain. We got a suspicion, though.
A lot of the sightings and attacks have been from folks traveling the highway to Flatwoods. They come out of the hills, northwest of the old creamery.
And the only thing out that way is what's left of the Orwell orchards. Could be the source of the things. You gonna wipe them out when you find them?
Plans to clear the place entirely. Any idea how many there might be? Other questions? Any idea how many?
Not sure. More than a few, less than an army. From what folks have said, if you're going in alone, even a few can swarm you before you even realize what's happening. Be careful out there.
Sounds like they've dealt with ghouls in the past. Yep, we're going to clear it out entirely.
Good to hear.
You'd be doing everybody in the area a favor. That's for sure.
Safe roads mean safer traders. Good for everyone. The Brotherhood would definitely be making friends if you pull this off.
Any other questions?
Dan?
That's everything. Let's rock and roll.
Just try not to startle us if you drop by again. George has a hair trigger with that shotgun.
Ever the optimist, so I could talk to the lads about presumably joining the Brotherhood. Not sure I want to go and recruit them, but... to be honest, I get the feeling this guy would be the better recruit, because he's got more brains. Depends whether or not he's any good in a fight at all. But then he'd still make a good scribe. And that guy's no brains and all muscle. And to be fair, looking at his chest, it looks like he squished his brains with those muscles. So I think I'm definitely more in favour of Colin joining up. You want to talk?
You gotta take me with you. I'm ready for this. I just know it. I'll be just like that Night Shin who was here before.
I ain't got the brains for that, buddy. Do you really want to join them? What makes you a good recruit? You met Night Shin. If you ever actually been in a fight, you really want to leave your parents here. You met Night Shin.
Heck yes. And Paladin Romani. So cool. I asked them a bunch of questions and told them about wanting to leave the farm and everything, and they said I was remarkably keen. I think that means they liked me.
Yeah, no. Makes you a good recruit. Don't have to join the Brotherhood to leave the farm. That's true. Makes you a good recruit.
I'm strong, I'm fit, and I'm ready to fight. Whatever you need, I'll fight. Mutants, or ghouls, or raiders, or whatever.
Ever actually been in a fight?
Oh, no. But I use rifles sometimes to keep critters away from the crops. One night, I thought I saw a super mutant coming out of the woods, so I shot it. Dad came running because of the noise. It turned out it was just dark and I shot a bush, but I wasn't scared.
Bullseye and not moving bush. Congratulations. Really want to leave your parents here?
Oh, Mom and Dad are fine here. The farm is their dream, not mine. Besides, The only thing I'm really good for around here is hauling things. I can't grow anything to save my life. I know Colin's got the brains, but even I know that's a bad thing for a farmer.
That would just mean he should leave. Don't have to join the Brotherhood to leave the farm.
I suppose. But where else would I get to wear that totally awesome armor and learn to be as cool as Night Shin?
Night Shin's slightly cooler than this guy, I'll give him that much. You really want to join the Brotherhood?
Them showing up is the most exciting thing that's happened to me in, like,
I bet
ever.
now.
I know I
Told
sound
that
like
bush.
a kid asking for a treat, but I mean it. I'll do whatever it takes. Can you really get me in?
Good. Won't. If you help me, I'll vouch for you. I'm not actually a member myself yet. Big deal with Brotherhood. First, that's some other question.
Sure. Whatever you need.
Yeah, see you around.
All right. I'll be here if you change your mind about me joining.
He loves me at Same Nations Go. Yeah, I think you got a point there, though, bro. I mean, hitting things with big sticks he might be able to do, but he's just admitted he's not much of a fighter because he can't tell the difference between a bush and a super mutant. I think this guy's likely to be far more useful.
I really would like to join the Brotherhood. I know I'm not as strong as my brother, but you've got to have a need for somebody smart, right?
Yeah. Saying you're smart, you don't seem like the military type. Can you handle combat? Wouldn't you rather same with your parents? Seems safer. Yeah, safe now. God knows what's going to come wandering down the road, though. Otherwise, off the farm than joining the Brotherhood. You don't seem like the military type.
Maybe I'm not. But I'm not cut out to be a farmer, either. The Brotherhood has tech. And that's an opportunity to learn. That's all I want.
You picked Marty, Gray. Yeah, I doubt there's a wrong choice either, but yeah, I'm leaning more towards Colin as being a more useful recruit and smart enough to have a better chance of surviving as well. His brother's going to get himself killed. Even though both of them were entirely ending to get the legendary. Didn't even know there was a legendary. But I'm not surprised. So you say you're smart.
I'm smarter than Marty, anyway. No offense to my brother, but if he can't solve a problem with his muscles, he's stumped. I read anything I can find. Most of the working machinery around the farm is my handiwork. I'm the one who got the bots running. The Brotherhood can't be all brawn and no brains, right?
How would you handle combat?
I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be nervous. Won't know until it happens, I suppose. But I'm willing to risk it if it means getting out of here.
Other ways of joining it, getting off the farm.
Maybe so, but Marty's right about one thing. The Brotherhood has the coolest tech. It'd be amazing to get to work with it and learn from them.
You want to join the Brotherhood?
This farm isn't the place for me. The Brotherhood could change the world. It's where I belong. Can you make me a recruit?
I'm not sure I'm willing to recommend you there. Recommend you if you can help me.
Alright, that seems fair enough. I'll do my best to earn that recommendation.
Definitely going to
I
pick
promise.
this guy. He's going to be far
Sure
more
about me,
useful.
though?
Especially is.
I know my brother wants this too, and I heard Mom. Only one of us can go.
People are pouring in from all over Appalachia. Some of them will join up, some of them won't. The majority of them probably going to have survival skills. They're probably going to be reasonably handy with a gun. But being as tech savvy as this lad seems to be is not something that everybody has going for them. And it's probably going to be a rarer resource for the Brotherhood to acquire, i.e. his brains. So, kind of why I'm leaning his way. Also, I really do think his brother's just going to do something dumb and get himself killed. You haven't got any further than this, guys. I hope if gets read in the Dagger, she shows a stronger defender possible. Seeing it's smarter than mighty isn't much of a claim to fame. True. Proving it's a better step, though, and he's kind of already done that. You're my pick.
Really? That's incredible. Thank you. You go on ahead. I need to talk to my folks and say goodbye and that kind of thing. I'll meet you at Orwell Orchards.
Is he going to get himself into a fight? He's going to come to Orwell Orchards and get himself into trouble, isn't he? I can see it coming already. So, Orwell Orchards is up here. We're down here, so there's people coming down from Flatwoods. Now, if they were coming here from Flatwoods, you think most of them would be coming down this road. With more, then again, you've got the cultists there. You've got a raider spot here. And all the bots at Vault-Tec to get past, so... Mind you, there's a lot of ghouls along this way, so... Not much to choose between the two routes, really. Right, Orwell Orchards. Let's go and kill us some ghouls. Up night. Here's Orwell Orchards. I didn't repair my armour. Oh well. Yeah, I'll be fine, I'm sure. So there's some angry Mr. Farmhands up here. Locate the source of the attack. Back off, you. That guy just went, didn't he? Oh, yeah. Got him. We got here. Just corpse. Another corpse. As long as it's not. What's our new friend? Oh, hello. So repair my armor while I'm here. Nice. So we don't seem to have much luck with locating the source of the ghoul attacks right now. Thinking the barn is probably not going to be it. It's probably going to be something to do with the house. Workbenches in here as well. See if we can pick. Always has been ferals up here, I suppose, so... technical data and go pocket watch. I don't know, because I might have a use for it. Need more corpses. Still nothing. Kind of a trail leading over here, though. I'm going to go out on a limb and say if they're here, they're in the basement. Girl's Journal. October 14th, 2077, so just before the bombs drop. Ian went to Charleston to ask for another line. Bag turned him down again. Not sure what we'll do now. I knew this year might be rough, but I doubt we'll even pick 100 bushels from the trees outside. Those oil traps didn't do much to stop our moth problem, and we can't afford insecticide without serious help. Don't know where we can get that kind of money. This year's crop is mostly gone. Well, the orchard was failing before everything went wrong. Enter the bunker? Got a bunker down here. This didn't used to be here. That looks suspiciously like there's a big door behind it, but I think probably not. At a bomb shelter. Interesting to hear Colin's dialogue on this quest. Definitely. Speak with Colin, who is down here somehow. How did he get here? Got some Voltaic looking stuff. That bomb shelter looks surprisingly comfortable, and there's windows, which is very weird. A golf course. Bill Scott. I'm going to take the £160 barbell unless I can find somewhere to scrap it. So I'll hold off on that idea. So we've got stairs that way. And some ghouls down there. Doesn't look like he's doing so well right now. Okay. Colin?
Hey, you're here. Seemed like this was the place.
You got
I
here
had
quick.
to sneak past everything outside, and then I heard some noises deeper in here, so just hold up to wait for you. I hope that's okay.
That's using your brain. Intelligence. Keep your head on straight, follow my lead, watch my back, we'll get through this fine. Normal to be nervous before a fight keeps you safe. If this is too much too soon, you can hide up here till it's over. Are you armed? How did you get here before me? Did you know about this bunker? No time to talk. Okay. So, are you armed?
Yeah. Dad gave me one of his old pistols so I can defend myself.
Gave you a pistol to deal with ghouls.
But how hard can it be, right? Don't answer that.
How did you get here before me?
I know some shortcuts. And you don't grow up with an older brother without learning to be at least a little sneaky.
I don't think I want to know. Did you know about the bunker?
Not until I got here, no. But you were looking for a nest of feral ghouls. The house seemed a likely bet to have some hiding places. That led me here.
My guy. Keep your head on straight, follow my lead, watch my back, and we'll get through this
Don't
fine.
worry, I will. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Let's do this.
10 mil. A little underwhelming. Clear the ghouls from the bunker. So if they're all down... Oh, they're every which way, aren't they? Legendary gangrels, oh dear. Get him. He's up next. Back off, get him a bottleneck. That went well. One of these has got to be legendary, so where's this stuff? Whoa, crap, they're coming at me from all directions. That's not good. That works. I think he's maybe scribe material as he's got himself badly hurt. There's the next one. Dodge! Oh, nice shot there, buddy. He dodged it and put a bullet in it as it went flying past. I saw him do that. That was quite cool. Nice bit of work. So we've got one more ghoul left, I think. Dead roach. Oh my god, it's a bleeding deadly glowing one. Apparently have no grenades right now. Wonderful. Yep, got no grenades. Okay. Don't go in there, dude. So you're gonna get us killed. Woo! Dude seriously irradiated me, and the rest of the ghouls probably didn't help much. It's suboptimal. Going on down here. Good, that means to pick up most of that lead. I'm guessing somehow the fuel for the nuclear reactor down here did not go so well. Got ruptured. We're going to find our way back out, and then we'll actually do a little lap through this place. Chunks of ghoul everywhere. Got him there. Poor Colin doesn't have pistol builds of crap. I don't think you're given much choice, to be honest. I'm guessing from that that his brother picked a different weapon. And that's why I decided to pick it up after the fight. Quite a large and comfortable bunker for a family who are about to go bust. They've got a living room, they've got a big ass kitchen, they've got a golf course in their home bunker. I'll get in there. Go and have a look in a minute though. Down here, what do we got? Well, a cave in, so it wasn't particularly secure, but... bedroom. Got the round roach. Looking in bed seems like a bit of a fire hazard. Not much lore though. Could be hat. Lock on that right now. Dirty. Go in here. Kind of office. Ian Orwell's terminal, so we can take a look at that in a minute. Lucky hits. Ah, it looks like they won a lottery. What was the drawing date on it? For $5 in 11th to 10th of the 11th? 10th of November 2077? Must have been the 11th of October. Because otherwise, saying that, in either case I wouldn't have had time to build this bunker. But it looks like we know where all their money went. Have a look at the terminal in a minute. We've got a bloody pool down here. There's that note upstairs saying the family's going bust. What's going on? Pool, complete with bar and jukebox and karaoke setup. Clearly didn't protect them from the bombs, but or the radiation anyway. But rat poison, some spoons. Actual decent whiskey though. Oh, we need to scrap everything down there, yep. Yeah, interesting location. Kind of looking forward to have a look at that terminal once I've chatted to Colin in a sec. He has to say on the subject. Let's put him in here with the terminal is, actually. Enjoying it, Sasha. Nice. Scrap kits. Wouldn't use them if I had them. Yeah. Good to see a lot more people on the servers as well, which is about what I'd expect. Fake landscape out the window. I didn't notice that. I wasn't really looking. Concrete on that one. Must have been somewhere else you meant. How long to complete it? Well, they got a painting over the window there, haven't they? That's quite cool. Oh, I see. Yeah, in the bedroom as well. Paintings that were looking like windows. Ooh. Oh, Christ's sake. They've got a walk-in wardrobe in their bunker. Find out what went on down here. 27. Well, apparently they did security door. Only how far into debt I'd gone building this place you would have killed me. Yeah, looks like it paid off in the long run. Knew the bank denied our last loan, but didn't know why. I'd like to see the bank try to get the money back now. There's no saving the orchard anyway. It hadn't been profitable in years. That was before the moths. Not the worst of it. Right before the bombs dropped, we found out we won the goddamn lottery. Rep was supposed to show up next month, but I guess that's not happening now. Too bad. We could use the cash as extra toilet paper. Merry Christmas. It's been a little over a month since we took shelter. We're doing alright. Supplies are good and all of the equipment is running smoothly. Cheryl pretty much gotten over me not telling her about this place. Yeah, well, not being dead will leave that to you. Surprised her this morning with the crib I got before everything went to hell. She was pretty excited. Still don't know how she didn't manage to find it. She always talked about how much she wanted a kid, but the orchard was always her priority. Well, we've got plenty of time now. I think it'd be nice to have some life down here. It's been about 5 months, still no luck on the baby front, not for lack of trying. I'm starting to think the radiation above is beginning to leak down here. We're still good on supplies for at least another year. It's been hard trying to stay on top of all the repairs. The pool pump broke last week. Fusion generator a few days before that. One of the projectors is shut and I think the heater is beginning to go. As long as we stay on top of repairs, we'll be fine. The date's starting to get a bit wonky now. September now, I think. Lost track of what day it is a few months ago. The leaves in the orchard are probably starting to turn. That was always my favourite time of year. Down there, everything has stopped working. We're down to just essentials, air, water and food. We've got plenty of books to read though, and my potting game has never been better. Maybe I haven't been feeling too well these last few months. My hair has been falling out and I'm having trouble keeping on any weight. Bill says we need to find help because this place is making me sick. Fine, I'm not ready to leave yet. Still feeling like crap, mind is fogged, hard to focus, hard to type. We're safe down here, I made sure of that. Cheryl doesn't understand the sacrifice, the debt, the month's preparation, all for her. Her and that baby will never have. She wants to leave, I can't leave, I won't let her. Security door control. Door. I assume it'll be the one on the other side. Get over it. Baby up here. Yeah, door's open now. Did he lock his wife in here? looks rather like... Looks rather like he did. Locked her in the cupboard to stop her leaving to get help for him whilst he was becoming a feral ghoul, presumably. Doesn't explain all the other feral ghoul miracles, but... Handcuffs, trapped, pencil. Lantern, a barrack, so yeah, it looks like he's locked his wife in here. All I wanted was to get him some help, and he trapped me in here like I'm some sort of animal. I was able to repair the button that opens the door while he was asleep. He has the only key out of this godforsaken place. Tomorrow when I hear the shower, I'll take my chances. If anyone is reading this, please know I had no other choice. Ian, I'm sorry. This isn't you anymore. Please know I love you. Yeah. Not as much. Crazy bastard locked her in it. Place fell apart and got taken over by ferals. Speak with Colin. Alright, Colin. Go on then.
Oh, God. Oh. Wow. That was a lot.
Welcome back, man. Yeah, I'd agree with you mostly there, Cade. I enjoyed the game overall. Lots a few bits that could be better. Been waiting for it to install still, yikes. So, everything alright? How's your first combat experience? We pulled off a nice little shot. Still want to try the Brotherhood. You should pack up to Fort Atlas when you're ready. Been alright?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, thanks.
Apart from the fact he technically nearly died.
Terrifying. I didn't completely lose it, though, and I'm alive, so I guess that's a good sign. Thanks, really. I know how that would have gone if it was just me.
You'd be ghoul food. Yeah, off now. Have a good night, bud. Hopefully I'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you for dropping in. How's your first combat experience?
I'm still shaking. I'm really a little worried you're so casual about it. I guess I can handle it, but if I have the choice, I'll stick to books and machines, thanks.
Bribe. Obviously. They want to join the Brotherhood?
I might not be the most brave in a fight, but you must need people to keep everything running. And if the occasional moment of terror is the price for getting to work with their tech, I can live with it.
You did alright. Pack up and head to Fort Atlas when you're ready.
Thanks again for keeping me alive, as well as giving me this chance. I'll make sure you and the rest of the Brotherhood don't regret it. Be safe out there.
Confident in my choice. So, the Brotherhood's going to get plenty of people who are looking to join up for the power armor and the big guns. This guy's looking to join up to maintain it for them. It's probably going to be rarer. On the other hand, saying that, looking for a bit of protection from a powerful group like the Brotherhood will be a reason for a lot of people who aren't particularly good to join up. So, maybe that'll offset a bit. Power's still on there, eh? Surprising, given the generator appears to be thoroughly crapped out. This is actually where I want it to be, isn't it? Port Paladin Romani. Dude went massively into debt to build this place under his house, expecting presumably the world to end. Didn't tell his wife about it. Business went down the pan. And then she kind of forgave him when it turned out that the place was kind of a good idea, apart from the fact it wasn't secure enough and the radiation got in and he went feral. First got access for the girl up under with 20% off. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm not sure about the girl up bundle either. I like it, but at the time I'm not enough to spend the atoms on it. Any more for any more? This one, I think. Oh, he's a boss type. Didn't help him much, though. Seems got a Halloween thing on the go. Killed him in the shower? Didn't notice she killed him in the shower. There's a Mothman attacking my camp. And he's definitely vengeful. Well, he will be now. They put your injury git. Where are you? Mothman, where are you? Actually, let's get... That was not the right one. Huh? What's supposed to be able to happen? Gunsmith. And I'm going to need some ammo, aren't I? I don't think I put ammo smith on, did I? I did. Top up my 5.56 a bit. Did it? Cool. All good. No mentions he had there's a skeleton in the shower as well. Yeah, it did say she'd you like the idea that she killed him while he was in the shower and then ran for it. Yeah, I don't think that's... I didn't get the vibe that she was going to kill him from that, to be honest. Just that she was going to run for it, so... I think I'd say more likely he was in the shower, she ran for it, and either he died or went feral, but I don't know. It's possible he caught her stealing the key. Maybe got out of the shower early, maybe that's her in the shower. Right, so I want dodgy back on. Duper off. Brake back on. Heard some shooting going on there. Yeah, this gate's freaking out as well. I can walk right through the middle of it. Very annoying. Turrets worked okay this time. I don't have a decontamination arch right now, do I? So I guess we do it the other way. Actually, I've got it on there, haven't I? Yeah, but she could just be referring to his changing behaviour rather than him being feral. Hard to say, really, there. Go through the motions and living by around. It's an interesting idea, Libra. Responds power armor skin. But a new one in the shop or something? Got the Red Rocket Garage now, back. Nice. Let's do that and actually have it. Well, I'm going to log out, I think. So, quick look at the atomic shop, then I can catch up with what you guys are talking about. Unless it's on Fallout First Course, in which case I went to see it. That new suit is quite nice. New free suit there. Do like that. Bone Raider camouflage. I'm not short on power armor skins really. Raider Marauder's not bad. You're into that really trashy, terrifying look. Armor race sets not actually bad. Looks better on the T60 and everything. Yeah, actually does. That's the Atomic Onslaught one from the first one. Again, looking better on the T60. Armor Race jetpack. That's cool. All paint for the gun. That's quite sweet. Yeah, I haven't got that one. Have a little moment there as we switch over. Whew. Yeah, it's an interesting spot. Yeah, you don't have to dive into it. It's a little short. Hopefully the thing kind of expands a bit as it goes on. We'll see. How we doing, Gobby? You alright? Mobster outfit. Not sure we got it. Yeah, when I was doing it, I had him wearing a tuxedo, which was a New Year's thing, actually. The first New Year. 2 years ago now. It's cool. Oh, yeah. No, I had the gold handmade skin in it, didn't it? The Mobster bundle. Because I remember thinking it was weird. Xbox dodged the claw hammer and the update went fine. Glad to hear it, Gobby. Yeah, interesting start. Cool to meet the people. Kind of knew that Nightshade was going to be a bit of a dick, but not quite that much of one. How are you doing, Mass? You right? Yeah, it is 11:15 now, and I was up till way too late last night, so... Scarface reference. Possibly. The gun in Scarface was a little bit larger than that. Well, one at the end, anyway. Crafted an outfit to go with the Raven Fastnet mask. That's a pretty good mask. Didn't pick that one up myself, unfortunately, but it is cool nonetheless. I had my tuxedo on with a Grafton Monster mask for a while as well. So, gotta be rolling with the Brotherhood outfit at the moment. Nobody's commented on the outfit yet. We have had one person comment on the mutations, though. I'd get that soon too. Yeah, I probably would if it wasn't so useful. That's still done a little earlier. Yeah, we've just got Paladin Romani's quest done, so we've got to return to her next time. It'll probably be Friday night. There was a golden 50 cal, I think, in one of the bundles. The Raider 50 cal, I've got a feeling was golden and had business and an arrow pointing towards the end of the barrel. I remember that. But pretty sure there is a golden 50 cal as well. That might be the same set. Always appreciated, sir. So, pondering stuff, sorry. The plan tomorrow is jump back into Horizon Zero Dawn and do part 3 of Frozen Wilds. So, where did we get up to? Yeah, we were in the process of challenging Artak for control of the Wirak, because he wasn't going to see controls basically the area that the DLC takes place in, and would prevent us from getting up to the mountain. Oh, Thunderdrum or whatever it's called. Which we need to get to investigate what on earth is going on with the new machines and their new form of corruption and stuff. So, Aloy's about to get our own Banuk tribe. Sort of. War band, more like, I think. It's more like a Banuk war band, I think, that she's going to be in charge of. I wonder if that will crop up in Forbidden West, actually. It'll be interesting to see. But that is the plan for tomorrow. We've got a few bits and pieces to do to earn the right to challenge for leadership, but that should be cool. Got a few collectibles to grab as well, and still a few areas to explore, which is going to be good. Quite a lot left to do. But I would imagine we'll be well on track for having it done before Cyberpunk comes out. How long have we got for that one? So, Cyberpunk comes out on 10th, so we have got tomorrow 3. We've got 4 more slots for Horizon before Cyberpunk comes out, so should be plenty of time to get through that. If not, I'll do an extra stream on the last weekend or something, but we'll see. When was the 10th? Is it Wednesday that they're releasing that now? Something weird there. Thursday. That actually works quite well. Although it does kind of clash with any news from Fallout, so we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm looking forward to finding out. Just about to run the proving on your playthrough. A good bit of the game, that. Seems so long ago now, though. Now I'm at the other end of it. Mind you, it was the end of August, so it was a fair old while back. Yeah, glad to enjoy it, Code. That's the plan for tomorrow, anyway. I don't imagine we'll get a great deal of news relating to Fallout this week. There might be the odd little bit here and there, but we'll see what happens. So I would hope to be more or less on track with that tomorrow. I need to update the title as well, and thumbnail a bit, seeing as I now know what we're actually going to be doing in the next Horizon stream and have a plan for the title. So that is tomorrow. Friday we'll jump back into Steel Dawn again and continue exploring that quest line, see how we get on. So let's jump in the gun there. And I'm working on a video for the weekend as well, probably through the keyhole. A couple of interesting camps on there at the moment. Eyeballs objecting to something. So that should be worth a look. One of the good things, additional bonuses perhaps to Steel Dawn being freshly out, as it makes it that much easier to find camps, and because there's a lot more people on the servers than usual. So it makes life a little bit easier. It's always nice. So, yeah. Basically enjoyed the start so far. Very, very talky this evening, but hopefully things will pick up. I would imagine the action will start picking up a bit once we get into it, because we've only just and so made it across the threshold of becoming... Well, we haven't even really made it over the threshold of becoming a member of the Brotherhood yet, but we should be doing it at the start of the next stream, so... Be cool. But I think whoever released the update early got fired. Rather doubt it, to be honest. I suspect it was more of a technical issue, and it was probably on Microsoft's end more than Bethesda's. I would imagine. Maybe not. But we'll see. It doesn't pick up. Got some idea of some of the stuff coming up, so we'll see what happens. Accept requests to go place, talk, go back. That's fine. The one objection early on was that there was nobody to talk to, so kind of gone the other way. Plus, once Fractured Steel comes up, I imagine that will expand a bit more as well. I remember Steel Dawn was just intended to be the series of quests that lead into the main update, which was Fractured Steel, and now they've pushed the two a bit closer together, so kind of easy to overlook that. So even if it doesn't pick up before Christmas, it'll definitely do so afterwards. I'm a quiet one, Matt. All good. Shelter's going to factor into through the keyhole. Probably, yeah, Gray. So far, I don't think either of the camps I've had a look at so far. I'm not sure. I think I've got 3 of them. One's a maybe at the moment. And 2 of them definitely didn't have shelters in them yet. And the maybe had one, but it basically had a bed in it and nothing else. So basically what I'll do is move around at the natural point, move in there, cut out the loading screen, have a look around the shelter and come back out. It'll just mean making sure I've got no junk on me when I'm doing it through the keyhole, otherwise I might end up in somebody's camp and end up getting slaughtered by a trap. And if that happens, you won't know about it, because I sure as hell won't be putting a camp in a video if they do that kind of stunt. Not going to encourage that behaviour. Last couple of credits are good, but don't take full advantage of the location. No new dailies? No, not yet. But, like I say, it was only supposed to be the lead-in quest to the main one, which was supposed to be starting about now. So, it'll expand, I imagine, with the next bit. I rather doubt they were doing anything with that. Besides, Microsoft don't actually own Bethesda yet. It's going to take them at least another 9 or 10 months before that deal goes through and is finalised. But, I mean, it is going to go through eventually, but there's a lot of stuff between now and it actually. Excuse me. But, yeah, the game's already out. I don't think they were going to release it early on Xbox. They'd have said so if they were going to do it. Right. The reason it didn't work is because the patch hadn't been deployed on the servers. So, releasing it early on one system just wouldn't work, I don't think. It's not like they have separate... Well, they are separate, but, you know. What are you saying that? Yeah. No, I think about it. It's possible that they could do that. Don't know. Interesting. But, either way, I think they'd have said so if they were going to do that. Sort of thing you do for promotional reasons, not just randomly. Just doing it randomly and releasing it early on Xbox. Excuse me. That was going on in my throat tonight. Time of year, I guess. Yeah, releasing it early without saying anything about it wouldn't provide any benefit to Bethesda, so... I suspect they... it just went out early and then meant that the patch version on the console and the patch version on the servers were not the same, or didn't correlate, however that works. So it wouldn't let you sign in. Like trying to sign in without updating after a patch has gone live. Suddenly it's the sort of that would be the other way around. It was on Atari when they first started developing it. 2000 and... when did The Witcher come out? Witcher 3. I think there was a little bit of overlap in the development, but not much. But I think Cyberpunk was first announced back in 2012 or 13 or something, or 13 or 14, or said that it was going to eventually be coming. But, was it 17 The Witcher 3 came out? Something like that. But yeah. They have been very, very clear. There's just a few little bits and pieces that CD Projekt Red have actually said about Cyberpunk in the last few days have basically been, yeah, we're getting this sorted. And seems to be coming together, so I would be very surprised if they delay it. They won't want it to come out after Christmas, so... People said they're just afraid of losing their player base to Cyberpunk. Well, putting it out early wouldn't make any difference either way on that, a week early. As most people have got through the main story before Cyberpunk comes out anyway. That's what, 2.5 weeks off? 2 weeks off. And yeah, by the time Cyberpunk drops, people will get through Steel Dawn. If it was 1 week, they might have to make a choice between which they put their time into, but yeah, I don't think the two will interact very much at all, to be honest. Won't be eligible for Game of the Year next year. Probably. I don't know what the cut-off date is. It'll depend on which award ceremony is giving the award, I suppose, as well. Yeah, they've already said exactly what it is. Consoles holding back PC players. Well, I'm slightly exaggerating, but yeah, they want the extra time to get the consoles working because the older generations are not designed to... Well, the game's designed for modern hardware and older consoles are now old. So running it on 7-year-old tech is very, very difficult on a game that is basically requires the 30 series graphics cards to get anywhere near its maximum potential. So it's not surprising they need a bit of extra time for that. As it is, I'll be very, very surprised if I'm playing the game with ray tracing switched on. See, you never know. Anyway, folks, I need a trip to the bathroom, so I think it's probably an appropriate time to wind things down. So, Horizon Zero Dawn tomorrow, some news if we get any, but I'm not expecting a great deal. And then Through the Keyhole on Thursday with more Fallout on Friday. Through the Keyhole on Saturday, rather. Fallout on Friday. So, social media links down there, merch store, channel memberships, all that good stuff if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. Massive thanks to those who've already done that. Got some new stuff that's very nearly ready to drop on the merch store now. I was kind of aiming it for the first, but, you know, whatever. So that should be up fairly soon, so do keep an eye out for that. Thank you very much, Kate, for the new second month, is that? 2 months of channel membership. I appreciate it very, very much. And yeah, we'll do it all again for not Cyberpunk, we're talking about Cyberpunk, and it's thrown me off, for Horizon Zero Dawn tomorrow. So, looking forward to that, I'm enjoying the DLC. So, thank you all for hanging out, have a good night, have a good day if you're just getting up, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night, thanks. Thanks for hanging out.